was Floyd and he was me,
Yeah.
he wouldn't never have to fight again because that exhibition shit,
Yeah.
as me being his little brother, hey, little bro, we finna do 10 rounds and we both gonna get 100+ million for it.
Right.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well,
Right.
well, I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Right.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes. Got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see them jump in whenever they go live. Peep it. This channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Jusdu shine, busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme's sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Jusdueboxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Jusdu. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. $4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
In the building. Make sure y'all subscribe to Jusdueboxing, the best boxing talk on YouTube.
Jusdueboxing in the building, 4 o'clock shorty, man. Y'all make sure y'all check him out. He's going to be live today at 4 o'clock, man. And he's going to be spewing some good stuff as he always do with an unbiased approach, man. He's probably the most unbiased channel on YouTube.
What's going on? And one of my favorite channels, if y'all into that pugilistic perfection, if y'all into that boxing, that's that boy Jusdueboxing here on YouTube. Make sure y'all check out Jusdueboxing, the only unbiased boxing channel on YouTube, because I am definitely biased when I talk about boxing. So
as always, we got to shout out everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to my brother Jusdu. Y'all make sure y'all go sub to Just, man. Just doing a hell of a job over there. Had a great interview today. The brother, and I say it respectfully, one of the most non-biased individuals that I've ever heard speak on the sport of boxing. And I got a lot of love and respect for my brother Just, man. And right now, we're going to give him his just due. Shout out to my brother Jusdu, man. Much love and respect.
Good, what's good? Salute to the family. How y'all feeling on this beautiful Sunday afternoon, man? We are back to build on this boxing and give it its just due, how we always do. Got a little birthday stream. I figure I might as well keep the tradition going every year that my birthdays came since I had a channel. I've streamed, so we just gonna keep it going and we gonna build on this boxing, man. We got a good conversation to talk about, man. We got some good topics today. We're going to recap these fights over the weekend for sure. And it's talks of a rematch already. So, buckle up, man. Get ready. Because what was looked at as a fight that people were kind of seemingly not caring about. Now I think people are on board. I think they've seen how good the first one was. And if you're a true fan of the sport and the hurt business, you had to enjoy that fight. You get what I'm saying? It wasn't no just technical chess match. That was a war. And that for those casuals, those guys that crave knockouts and those bloodthirsty people that don't like to see defense and, just pure boxing and stuff like that, Well, you got your wish, you know, this past weekend, man. Just yesterday, you got to see a guy, a career 47-pounder, move up to 60 and challenge a guy that's at 68. You get me? So neither of these dudes was 160. They both made sacrifices to me somewhere in the middle, and it ended up being one of the best fights, I think, of the year. The rivalry continues. I think if it was any way to kickstart, you know, the rivalry and get it going, I think this was the way to do it, with the kind of win, kind of fight that those two men went out there and had yesterday. So we're going to talk about all that, but where we at on the likes, man, y'all make sure y'all smashing the like button. I know we getting closer to 1 million. The Boxing Menu Podcast, my dog, what it do, homie? Appreciate the love. Dante's Boxing Talk, man. Getting it started early with the 20-piece in the chat. Much love, bro. Shout out to my dog. Always supporting the grind. Pardon me, y'all.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Shout out to Dante, man. Much love, family. Always showing love. Shout out to my baby girl. The queen is in the building. Lisa, how you feeling, queen? Appreciate you. Ace, my dog. What's good with it, bro? Fight, sport, talk. What it do, homie? Dub J, what's good, fam? How you feeling? Appreciate you. Shout out to Edward Morris. What's good, fam? Yeah, this is a great fight. I think so much so that Turkey Al-Sheikh is talking about a rematch already. You know, look, I'm feeling like Ace is feeling. They're gonna do this again, man. Conor Benn might have to make one more sacrifice. The reason I'm saying this, because the obvious reasons, right? Chris Eubank had to baked potato himself to make this weight, bro. There's nothing healthy about that. Furthermore, not only did he have to baked potato himself to get down to the weight, like you seen the kind of swelling and stuff that happened after the fight. You see how his face was swelled. He couldn't even do the post fight. It was reports saying that his jaw was broken. You know, I did a short video on it. Conor Benn was saying, you know, he got word that his jaw is broken. Now, that could not be the case, because you always hear that type of stuff after a fight. When guys see a bunch of swelling, you'll see the rumor pop out that his jaw is broken. But whether or not his jaw is broken, the amount of swelling that he sustained is not normal. Like, I know people like, well, he was in a fight, still and all. So was Conor Benn. Conor Benn was swelled up, but not the same way Chris was. And I think where I'm getting at is, I think depleting yourself of fluids like that, right? Shrinking and boiling yourself down to make a weight, depleting your body of the fluids around the brain, then it's really hard to put those same fluids that you drain from the brain back. So what you're seeing is less of a cushion and less punch resistance. Like, his punch resistance was still fairly good because he took some big shots, but you see it looked like he got beat up way worse than he did. The way his face just broke all up. So I think that was due to the tough ass weight cut and you know, damaging your body that way. It take a real physical toll on you. And make no mistake about it, he might have won the fight, but I'm not so sure if he won the war, because that kind of fight take multiple fights off your career. That shit might even take years off your life, if you're being honest, yo. So it's just really tough. Sammy, what it do, homie? Appreciate you, bro. Shout out to Mr. Respectfully Dub, right side, man. Appreciate my guy, man. One of the most chill people in this YouTube space. What's good with it, Dub? How you feeling? Boxing with 2-4. Say happy birthday. Appreciate you. Boxing with 2-4. Your boy getting older. You getting up there. What's good with it, though, bro? Shout out to the channel members, too, man. I see y'all in the building. I see y'all. I do. I see you, bro. Yeah, we're going to talk about this, man. Turkey Al-Sheikh is on it, man. I'm thinking he trying to strike while the iron is hot. They did put them in a stadium fight out there in the UK. And it looked like, from numbers-wise, it looked like it really did. It did really well. You put those two dudes together, I think you get a really good turnout. I think they both got fans. I think collectively, like I said, and then it being in the UK, you know, people really support boxing. So they were all on board, I think, for this fight. And it goes to show you why you make meaningful fights. Whether or not they was weight classes apart, you don't hear none of them UK people really doing too much complaining. They just support and rocking with both guys. And like I said, You leave the arena or the stadium that night, you walk out of there with more fans than you came in there with. I truly believe that. I think both of them came in there with their respective fan bases and people cheering for them, but I think they both left with more fans than they came in the building with. I think it's fair to say that. There's a lot of cheering going on. People appreciated the blood and guts that they showed. It was blood and guts all night. You get me? It was a tale of two halves. Conor Benn did extremely well, utilizing speed to take advantage of Chris Eubank early. He was beating him to the punch, and it took him a while. It took Chris Eubank a little bit to kind of get used to this time and his cadence, and naturally fatigue starts settling in. About 5 or 6 rounds in now, that speed advantage that you had is not quite the same. So it's a lot more even, and that's what you've seen. So the minute Conor Benn started to taper down some in terms of like activity and energy level and his pace, then you've seen Chris Eubank, like a vet, do what he do, start picking it up and landing big shots of his own, pressing the fight. He was pushing and being physical in spots, having Conor Benn kind of pinned against the ropes. And from an optic standpoint, it's always bad to allow somebody to trap you on the ropes and just pound away. And he was landing some really big shots. He was knocking Conor Benn head back. It just didn't look good for him. But with all that being said, that was still one of the most competitive fights that you're going to get this year. One of the most competitive and good fights. I mean, it needed to happen. You would have thought those dudes, would have fought each other more than once at this stage, right? The way that looked like, and that's the thing, sometimes you'll see a trilogy like Lyndon Arthur and Anthony Yarde was on the card as well. They fought for a third time, but it didn't look like it. It didn't look like it at all. Conor Benn and Chris Eubank, it was their first time fighting, but it looked like it could have been their third. You get what I'm saying? That's what kind of intensity and heart they both fought with. You get what I'm saying? So again, it's no way that you can leave there and not, you get what I'm saying, and not really appreciate what they did as a whole. I mean, it takes two, and it goes to show you, when you got the right dance partner, you get the right kind of results too. You get what I'm saying? And that's the results of two guys being passionate about the last names that they represent, right? The Benn last name, Eubank last name. Their fathers is Hall of Famers in their own right. So now they get to kind of cement themselves, a piece of history for them. And the rivalry continues. And especially if they're looking at making a rematch for September. I like that talk. I think it makes a lot of sense, though. I think it makes a whole lot of sense. It makes a whole lot of sense for them to strike while the iron hot. Look, it's buzzing right now, but for me, I particularly don't want to see another fight. I don't want to see Chris Eubank at 160 again. You get what I'm saying? I don't want to see that. It was a classic night for both. Classic night. Big Supreme. What it do, homie? How you feeling? Here's what evidence showed that Eubank's body was not able to absorb them punches properly. Hey, man, Lisa, is great observation. It's a great observation because you couldn't be more right. I couldn't agree more. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't agree more. I think you're right. He definitely has some issues there for sure. He had issues, and just the way it's one thing to swell, but it's how his face swelled is what the issue is. It's similar, like, remember how we felt about Earl Spence and the way his face was breaking up when he fought Terrence Crawford with the swelling and stuff, and it was all this talk about him having a really tough rehydration period, like cut a tough weight cut, then rehydrating. He didn't rehydrate properly, and then you seen the first good shot he got hit with, he went right to the ground early. Like, you never seen that. So Chris Eubank, that's like, it goes to show you what kind of dog he really is, because he wasn't in his best of shape, man, at all, not by far. You get what I'm saying? He was depleted to make this weight, and he went in there and fought his heart out like that. I think if he was at 168, he might have stopped Conor Benn, truth be told. So it was smart for Conor to try to implement a rehydration clause, and you get what I'm saying? You needed to kind of level the playing field, because truth be told, Chris Eubank is a big puncher. He's a big enough puncher, right? He can crack. He been up there at 68, more experienced, more battle tested. Like, that's why he responded better when the fight got tough, even though you would think that's what right up Conor Ben Ali it is. But show me a fight where he really had to, fight to the last, to tooth and nail to the end, right? Chris Eubank has been in them type of fights, man. Remember his fight with James DeGale? Or what was it, George Groves? He had a couple of fights where he just truly went to war. You get what I'm saying? So he was more accustomed to handling himself in that moment. When it got thick, and it got difficult, when it got physical, when it got a little ugly in there, he was able to respond. And Conor Ben was kind of getting outworked. And you ain't expect the older guy to be outworking the younger guy. And that's experience, man. That's experience. That's experience, man. A lot of great experience, man, for Chris Eubank. And that's what showed to his experience, I think, got him to win, too. Said Eubank scared you in the 10th. Thought he was going to stop him. I like Conor. I do, too. I do, too. Shout out to Big Supreme. Yeah, today is the born day, Brody. How you feeling? What is this? These Islamic? That's what was for family honor, blood feud of the ages. Hey, you right. I agree. I'm with you. Shout out to my homie, Big Supreme. Marquis, appreciate the love, homie, coming through with the 5-piece, man. How you feeling, bro?
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Shout out to my homie, man. Appreciate you. Hey, man, Big Supreme, much love, bro. You already know. Shout out to you, homie. Technique, what it do? Hasn't fought much good competition. Savannah Marshall, her best win. And she arguably lost. Nah, ain't no. And there's no scenario where Claressa Shields arguably lost to Savannah Marshall. Now, was the fight competitive and stuff like that all the way throughout? Absolutely, but there's no debating as to who won between Claressa Shields and Savannah Marshall. We're gonna get to that shortly, because I'm gonna cook on that. The amount of disrespect that Claressa Shields received is like, it's alarming and upsetting. It's on a whole nother level. I've never seen anything like that. You get what I'm saying? Somebody that's successful be under that much scrutiny because she's confident and she's outspoken. I'm not rocking with it. Like, I don't respect none. When the criticism, fine, all good with it. I'm all good with any criticism. But the slander and the way they've been trying to drag and her name and question if she's the GOAT, it's not even up for debate. But I'm gonna get to that in a minute, and we're gonna cook on that in a second. Shout out to you, bro. Appreciate you. 2 cents. How you feeling, Queen? What's good? I think folks overreacting to the fight. Which one? Which fight? This one from just yesterday. The boxing, the fax machine. My God, what's good with it, bro? Cam J in the building. What's good with it, bro? How you feeling? Appreciate you, fam. Much love. Yeah, but that's the thing. Think about it. Think about the word personality, right? And I get it to a degree. They show you a very small. We get to see a very small peek into their lives, right? So when people say they don't like her personality, I have to ask them, like, what do you mean? And they're gonna say, well, it's how she talk. And I'm gonna say, what do you mean? Well, it's gonna be something corny. Like, we watch her because we know she's one of the coldest athletes in all of boxing, whether it's male or female. You get what I'm saying? So I think she just gets such a raw deal for being her. And it's one of those things where you either like her or you don't. And some people, again, they don't like the fact that she don't come off as super humble about it. And I don't feel like she should be in a male-dominated sport where she got to fight tooth and nail for everything she got, everything she earned. And still to this day, you got people that question her. I'm not mad that she's not the most humble as they would like her to be. I don't care. I love it. I love all the trash she talked because she backed all of it up. And I think despite any issues that you may have, any little gripes you might have with the way she behaves or moves, the way she fights overrides all that. Her passion for the sport, I think what she's done for boxing is something that you just ain't seen before. But we're going to get to that. Give me a second, man. We're going to get right into, because I got to cook on that. But again, this fight Saturday was definitely, it's worth a rematch, but at what cost? Do I want to see it again at 160? Nah, because again, Chris Eubank went way through too much to try to make this fight. And why would I want to see him do that again? You get what I'm saying? He barely made it through this one. He made it through, but it just was way too close of a fight. And we all know a lot of that was him depleting himself of them fluids, man. You just can't do that and perform at your absolute best. There's no way you could have convinced me that he was performing at his absolute best. And the guy got a pretty good beard. He could take a shot, but he got hurt a couple times in that fight. And I don't think it was because Conor Benn was just some crazy big puncher. I just think it goes to show you, man, when you depleting yourself of that weight and then you got to rehydrate in such a short amount of time, man, your punch resistance be compromised. I mean, even Eubank Sr. was alluding to it before they even got in there that you're going to be dealing with somebody that punch resistance is compromised. He said we already seen it with the Smith fellow, like the Smith character, the Liam Smith fight, the first one, we did see it. So just because he didn't get knocked out don't mean his punch resistance wasn't compromised, because it definitely was. You know what I'm saying? He was getting clipped, hit with shots, he was getting buzzed. But at the same time, look at how he dealt with how he absorbed the shots. Face all crazy, swollen. You like a damn lemon head, bro. One of them candies, you like a swollen ass lemon head. I'm telling you, look crazy. It really looked crazy. Looked crazy for him. But that's what it is. It's like they too willing to try to criticize a personality that they really know nothing about. They get to see a very small glimpse into her life, like when we see her fight, when you see her in a press conference, in an interview. That's very limited time out of their life. And you know, she spent a lot of time having to defend herself in situations where she shouldn't even have to. Like, and that's what I said, like the fact that people are running around here questioning if she's the GOAT is nasty work. It's filthy. But give me a second, man, because you know what? We're going to get to this. We'll circle back to Conor Benn and Eubank, because I got to talk about this. I have to. Well, this is bad, though. Yeah, man. It was that Shout out to KJ. I appreciate that, man. This girl ain't had clean drinking water. You get what I'm saying? Hey, man, 2 cents. Talk about it, bro. I mean, talk about it, Queen. She ain't have no clean drinking water. And the dudes are the ones that be coming at her. That's what be really pissing me off. Shout out to Boxing Hacker. Appreciate you, fam. The people don't like Claressa's personality because she's an outspoken, dark-skinned woman. She was a different race, people would worship her. That is the truth. Is the truth. It's a fact, bro. That's 100% facts. They wouldn't question nothing she say. They'd love it. It's just like with Lomachenko, right? Lomachenko do showboating. No, look at Loma. They cheer it on. They have fun. Somebody else do it, and they turned off by it, right? They down talk them. So it's the same thing with this. She's outspoken. And that's what I'm saying. They always talk about personality, man. Hell with that. She got the right kind of personality, man, for the people that have been able to speak to her, meet her, interview her. Like, you ever seen Claressa Shields out and about in public? Like, she a nice person. She taking pictures. She doing all types of stuff, man. Like, she ain't no stuck-up world champion. She ain't one of them. Like, she's a good representation of the sport, man. For sure. Shout out to Boxing Hacker. All things what it do, homie. Appreciate you, bro. Some Katie Taylor is GOAT. Boy, I have to disagree. Nah, hell no. Katie Taylor, see, that's the thing. You never heard the word GOAT until Claressa came around. Katie Taylor ain't no damn GOAT. Katie Taylor had questionable wins that people felt like she lost. Katie Taylor has also lost, and they'll make an excuse for it. Claressa Shields really don't have those type of situations, those really truly close fights. Yeah, she has some competitive scraps for sure, but it don't be that close like that, and she don't have debatables. You know what I mean? Much respect to Katie Taylor, but like, just look at it this way. Shout out to Teach. If they was the same size, who would win that fight? They was the same exact size with the skill set they got. You get what I'm saying? Like, Claressa Shields is undeniably the GOAT, the greatest woman of all time, and I'm stamping it. And why I'm saying it, because she backed it. You know, everything she's done and accomplished, bro. When you got fighters of yesteryear kind of not wanting to give her just due, it's nasty. Like, check this out. Shout out to Ness in the Boxing Voice. I made a short video on this because it annoyed me, but check out what Christie Martin had to say.
In your opinion, do you think Claressa Shields is the GOAT of boxing, greatest woman of all time in boxing?
You know, my mother, who just passed a couple months ago, she told me, if you don't have something nice to say about somebody, don't say anything at all. So I'm going to pass on that question.
What? Okay.
So that kind of gives you my answer, right? It gives you my answer.
So I'm assuming that's a fight you would have wanted in your prime.
Oh, are you kidding me? She couldn't stand up to the smoke that she would have got in the 90s. It's a good thing that she's now because no. She couldn't take it. She couldn't take the pressure she would have gotten.
She couldn't take the pressure she would have got. She couldn't stand up to the smoke in the 90s. I'm calling bullshit on that. You show me a female that's in the 90s or any of these eras where Claressa Shields wouldn't have been able to compete. Show me a female that if she got in the ring with, she wouldn't be able to compete with. What is Christie Martin on? Whatever it is that she on, gotta be good. Cause I don't even want that if it do that. Like, are you serious? Like, y'all got it's that hard for y'all to say that, yo, she great? It's that hard? It's really that hard for y'all. It's that hard to say, yo, she's undoubted. Like, she ain't even want to give her no credit there. She's like, I wouldn't say that. Well, my mom said, if you don't have nothing nice to say, man, nobody trying to hear that. Make a case as to why she not, besides some hypothetical, just assuming that if she fought the women back in the day, Claressa Shields is by far a generational talent. You don't see women boxers blaze the scene the way she do. They did a movie on her, man. You get me? And she's still she's in her career right now. And they decided to do a movie on her. Come on, man. They decided to do an actual movie on her. Like, y'all killing me, man. But I bet you she loved Katie Taylor, though. She loved Katie Taylor. She loved some Katie Taylor. But they'd knock Claressa in a heartbeat, bro. They'd discredit her in a heartbeat for nothing. They discredit her in a heartbeat, bro. It's nasty. It's nasty work, bro. How they treat Claressa. You know what I mean? They trying to give other people her nickname and everything. Big Dog Willie, what it do, homie? Yeah, Christie Martin, and I don't like to call people haters, but in this one, Cooking with Sir Senior, what it do, homie? How you feeling? She hating. I'm just call it what it is. She hating. She didn't even want to give her credit. You don't gotta say she the GOAT, even though that's an undeniable fact. I don't even care. That's facts. Name me somebody else that could stack up to her accomplishments, and show me somebody in the 90s that would have just whooped Claressa's ass. She's far more skillful, she's more competitive, she's more driven, hungry. She's just different. That's generational shit. All them women respect her, every last one of them, but they wasn't generational talents the way she is. You talking about a 2-time gold medalist, bro. I don't think people get it, man. I don't think people get it. I don't think people really understand. 3-time undisputed world champion, first ever male or female, 5-division world champion, 2-time Olympic gold medalist. She undefeated. We all know that. You get what I'm saying? Defeated multiple world champions, greatest woman. Oh, she's 100% that, 1,000,000% that, 1,000,000% that. You know what's crazy? Like, they got the record up there, right? They got the record up there where she's, 16-0. Her last win. We seen her go all the way up to, the ladies' version of heavyweight, light heavyweight, heavy, whatever you want to call it, the highest weight that you could go to as a woman. She went there. That's where she went. And never mind just having 16-0 record, bro. Like, we all know about this one loss that's not even a loss. We all know about this. Who's seen the Savannah Marshall amateur fight? Because if you've seen it, definitely this wasn't a loss. You telling me she went 77-1 as an amateur, bro, and added 2 Olympic gold medals back-to-back from 2012 to 2016. 2012 and 2016 Olympics. She won them both with one loss as an amateur that we all know is not really a loss. So you telling me she's 78-0 as an amateur and 16-0 as a pro, 3-time undisputed, 5-time, you get what I'm saying, world champion. She ain't never even lost. Ever. Show me another combat athlete that ain't never lost as an amateur or pro. Show me another one. We know the amateurs is where you lose most of the fights. Where they lose most of the fights in the amateurs. It's not frowned upon to lose a fight in the amateurs the way it is in the pros. And she ain't never lost. The only loss there is one where they clear highway robbery. It wasn't even that competitive for them to even pull that off. I don't even understand. Watching that fight, it lets you know just how corrupt boxing is and what limps they'll go through. They tried to stop her there with that. And so much so, they built Savannah Marshall's career off an amateur win that she should have never gotten. Then when they met up as professionals, she got beat. And she's been sort of irrelevant since. Do you see how that worked? They literally tried to build Savannah Marshall's career off a win that she did not earn, that they gave to her, a gift. Christmas came early for her. So you talking about show me another combat athlete that's undefeated as an amateur and pro, man. I'll wait. 78-0 is what she should have been. Shout out to my guy, Rome. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate the birthday love. Shout out to everybody. Big Dog Willie hating on Shields like they hate on the hair grease. You know it, man. You know it. This is nasty work. I just had enough of it. Like, I'm not sitting by the slander.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Shout out to Big Dog Willie. Reef, what it do, homie? Appreciate you, bro. Shout out to Big Dog. Much love, fam. Lee, what it do, homie? Shout out to 2 Cents. Appreciate you as well. Correction, never beat Layla Ali. Yeah, man. So check this out, man. JJ, what it do, homie? Beth, what's good with it? So you talking about a female combat athlete that ain't never lost, and y'all questioning how if she great is nasty. It's this. I don't care what you don't like. I don't care if you like her personality or not. I don't care. What does any of that have to do with how she fight? She checked every box. And then they try to find a way to knock her down. Oh, she can't punch. She go right up to the highest weight class. Show me she's literally having to scavenge the boxing world for smoke to the point where she moved all the way up and smoked Danielle Perkins. Smoked her. The only thing that kept her in that fight and kept her getting up from that knockdown is the shape she been in, what kind of athlete she is. Other than that, she would have been cooked. She got beat down. Man, Christie Martin would have got her ass whooped by Claressa Shields, bro. I'm standing on that. The Layla Ali's and all that, man, they made way more mistakes than she do. She's totally different. She ain't just offense, she defense too, bro. She really different. She's special. That's not regular. We're not going to act like you that's just something you see every day. Claressa Shields is not something you see every day in boxing, male or female. All with the smoke. She ain't run, duck, tuck her tail from nothing. She chased Savannah Marshall to the UK and beat her up over there. And then when it came time to talk about a rematch over in the States, it went crickets, radio silent. Come on, man. She's smashing shit. She don't got to do it. Her pro debut was against Franchon Cruz, who's an absolute dog. How many people can even say that? What are we talking about? Smoke in the 90s. Let me know which female in the 90s would have smoked her. Because maybe I ain't never heard of her. Let me know. What am I missing? I ain't trying to hear it, man. All that. And I'm tired of listening. We got to get to the point in sports where we just enjoy the generation that's in front of us, right? That's currently we in. Stop comparing all this hypothetical, what she couldn't have did back then. She's so much better than the women in the 90s, bro. She would have ran laps and laps and laps around them, bro. Laps and laps around them. Laps around them. And Layla Ali would have got beat too. Layla Ali and Wolf, I know she got the power and all that stuff, but Claressa Shields already showed us that you're going to have more than power, man. You're going to have to be able to be smarter than her and better than her. And people are just not that. You get what I'm saying? It's a reason why she ran laps around the competition the way she has. It's a reason. You get what I'm saying? Layla Ali, she could think that all she wants. In my opinion, she would have never beat Claressa. She would have never beat her. Never. Way too many mistakes. Way too many mistakes. Them chicks back there would have all been fools. She would have beat them up too. Talking about a 2-time gold medalist. Show me which one of them was able to do that. The amount of dominance that she's displayed as a boxer, just period, as a combat athlete is you just can't be questioned. It shouldn't be. It should just be appreciated. People ain't never seen nothing like Claressa. Dominated the amateurs, dominating the pros even more than the amateurs. You get what I'm saying? Dominating. They can't even try to rob her because them fights don't even be close. Shout out to Pooh, my guy Pooh the Kid in the Cash App, man. Much love, bro. Shout out to you. Say happy born day, my G. Appreciate the love, homie. Right. Much love to my guy, man. It's double time.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Shout out to Tony Reviews, man. What's good with it, bro? Claressa shit. And then, yo, shit, that exactly, Lisa, she beat these women up so convincingly that she had to move to MMA, bro. She had to go to MMA. She had to go to MMA, bro. She had to go find smoke somewhere. Now give me 2 seconds. Let me play this clip again for y'all.
In your opinion, do you think Claressa Shields is the GOAT of boxing, greatest woman of all time in boxing?
You know, my mother, who just passed a couple months ago, she told me if you don't have something nice to say about somebody, don't say anything at all. So I'm going to pass on that question.
What? Okay.
So that kind of gives you my answer, right? It gives you my answer.
So I'm assuming that's a fight you would have wanted in your prime.
Oh, are you kidding me? She couldn't stand up to the smoke that she would have got in the 90s. It's a good thing that she's now because no. She couldn't take it. She couldn't take the pressure she would have gotten.
My bad, y'all. I'm back. I had to open my door real quick. Man, like I said, let's get back to this, man. Look, I respect all fighters, all these women, all the work they put in, male and female. But I just think it's time to listen. It's okay for people to speculate who would have beat her back in the day. I'm not even tripping off that. But why they can't give her credit? Why are they acting like it's so hard to say, like, that's one of the absolute best athletes in all the sports, all the combat sports? You can say who you think is a little bit better, but let's talk about the now. Who's better than her right now? Like, undeniably, there's no argument in the world where you like, yeah, that nowhere. She literally jumped into another sport. You get what I'm saying? Jumped into another sport and had success there too. Limited as hell in MMA. We all know that, and still went in there doing it. You get what I'm saying? She just different, bro. And that's where I'm at with it. It's just not enough. It's not enough appreciation. It's too much criticism and slander, like trying to, undermine her. Oh, nah, she ain't the GOAT. Well, why wasn't y'all original enough to come up with that name before she came into the game? You get me? She came into the game really proving it. Dominating the Olympics. Like, I don't think people get it. She did that shit twice. Spent the block on them. Then turned pro, hit the ground running, beating everybody ass, snatching straps of all people, beating up undefeated. You get what I'm saying? Women that way more experience than her, 3 or 4 times as many fights as she got. You name it, she did it, man. Them accomplishments is second to none. We talking about an undefeated combat athlete, bro. Name me another one. Is there another one out there? Is there another one out there right now at the stage that she's at, that turned pro and doing what she's doing and still undefeated? Man, I just don't think you could find one, bro. I don't think so. And it's okay. And notice this. I can shine a light on Claressa without dimming any of these other women's lights. She's so great that the media right now, however you want to frame it, they're trying to put an MVP versus Claressa. Call it what it is because it's nasty work. I see it. I see what they doing. Y'all going out of y'all way to try to make it seem like it's an MVP versus Claressa. She need to sign up over here. You see, we got all the women. She's great by right what she doing. She don't need to sign over there to Jake Paul and do none of that. So what do they do? Create these fake ass beefs with women that's never gonna fight her because they're too damn small. And that's another problem. That's what she's a pound for pound generational talent. If you put her in any weight class, she's going to dominate. No matter where she's at, she's going to dominate. She's going to be the absolute top dog wherever she go. She moved right to heavyweight and take right over. Light, heavy, whichever one you want to call it. She moved all the way up, she chasing smoke. I don't think people get it. Oh, she ain't her competition is. What are we doing? What are we doing? She only could fight who's there. Name somebody. It's a couple of names that you might want to see her fight. Outside of that, she done cleared and cleaned them all up. It ain't nothing left. It's a few people, probably less than a handful. Man, I'm telling you, and she'll be a favorite in each and every one of them fights. All I'm saying is I'm not going for the slander. You can criticize her all you want, and that's cool because she's not above it. But to sit here and act like you've seen this shit before is crazy, man. It's disingenuous and it's wild. It's wild, man. You can't really appreciate the sport the way people say they do. And then they got a problem with saying that she's great. It hurts people to say this about Claressa. Well, I'm newsflash, bro. She's that good. She is. She's that special, bro. She really is. And you probably be a hell of a long time before you see anything close to that, man. The way she's done it, bro. The way she's done it. Down there, every time she fighting, is some type of history attached to it. You get what I'm saying? There's no way you can knock that. That's all I'm saying. I have your favorites, have whoever you want in your mind beating her. That's all cool. But to sit here and make it seem like you've seen this shit more than once is crazy. No, you ain't never seen a woman do what she doing right now. You ain't never seen it. Not even close. Not even remotely close. Not even close, bro. So at the end of the day, man, she's just gonna keep being great, and that's what I want to see from her, man. You can't help who's available when you can't change who's fighting in your era. You only can fight who's there, and that's all she's been doing. She's been proving it through a number of different weight classes. She even went down, got some smoke down there, came back up. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's just as a sports fan, as a supporter, when you see that, you just could appreciate it because it's dope to see. That's all. It don't have. Why do it gotta be her versus Amanda Serrano and MVP if she ain't fighting none of them? She ain't fighting none of them. She too small. You get what I'm saying? Respectfully, she too small. Alicia Baumgartner was running around like she was gonna fight her too. Same thing. You're too small. Like, she was the same size. You put her in any of these people's weight classes that they be attaching her name to, or attaching their names to her, should I say? She'll beat them. And then they're going to say, oh, well, she's too small. Exactly. She's a top dog no matter where she go. You're not beating her, man. She mess around. She's going to leave this joint undefeated, man. It's going to be really hard to beat Claressa is all I'm saying. Anybody can be beat, but she's just a special talent, man. Special. And it's time for people to just look at it like that. It's time for people to just call it what it is without trying to debate it. I'm not going for nobody else getting her name. There is no other GOATs. You get what I'm saying? There is only her. Shout out to John BX, man. Appreciate you, bro. So I never liked Floyd as a person. I always acknowledge him as one of the GOATs. Like you said, yeah, you don't have to like Claressa, but she's the GOAT. Like, I mean, look, she proven the accolades is stacked up. She really ran laps around the competition with 16 fights. Shit is ridiculous, man. That shit, you probably never see that again, yo. Like that. All that history on her side. And instead of just saying, yo, that's dope, even if she ain't your favorite, yo, that's dope what she was able to do, and just keep it moving. What's so hard about that? Because if it were anybody else, they would be bragging, they would be boasting, they wouldn't be able to shut up about how great the female was. They do it with Katie Taylor. They said Katie Taylor is the most influential woman in women's boxing, and I think that couldn't be more further from the truth. Maybe where she's from, yeah, but as a whole, man, none of them names ring like a Claressa Shields do. None of them. And it's okay to say that. That don't mean they're not doing their numbers. That don't mean Katie Taylor not great. That don't mean that what she did for boxing don't mean shit. Anybody that pretends to be a boy so they can compete is different. That's what she did. So she definitely got my respect, but let's be honest. Look at some of her fights. Debatables, gift decisions. She actually did lose. Claressa don't have them type of problems. She don't need help from the judges to win fights. You get what I'm saying? We watched Katie Taylor get outlanded by how much by Amanda Serrano in that second fight, and they still gave it to her. Imagine Claressa Shields going out there getting punched on that much. You won't see it. It's not going to happen. That shit is totally different. It's a whole different level, man. It's time for people to start acknowledging it, man. I'm not going for it. I don't want to hear no hating. You can say who you want. You think this one to beat her. I think she is smoking. Think them females back in the day would have got their asses handed to them. That's a whole different level right there. It's not too many women you're going to see approach the game the way she do and win. Like, they're landslide victories. They're landslide victories. It ain't a bunch of drag them out brawls. No, they be landslides. I don't think people get it. And that's why they keep trying to find little weak talking points where her competition is this. And I don't want to hear that. Look how bad she's dominating these people. That's why these fights aren't even close. And then when it's somebody that they said to give her some work, might be a good fight, but she's still going to beat them convincingly. That's just what she do. and she gonna keep doing it, man. So I feel like the more they hate, the more she wins. To my homie John BX, man, appreciate that, homie. But yeah, man, you just gotta appreciate, and that's why I say, man, don't allow a personality that you really don't know not much about, besides the small bit that we're able to see, override the fact that she's a phenomenal talent. She doing it the right way. She got a movie out there about her. She stay out of trouble. You get what I'm saying? It's a lot there to like than for grown men to be sitting up here. I don't like her personality. She needs to stop talking. She calling men out. So y'all sound soft. So what? So what, man? So what? That's not enough reason not to support her. Does she talk a little bit of shit? So I would too in a male-dominated sport, man. Like I said, man, they got to fight twice as hard, 2 and 3 times as hard to get the recognition. And they don't turn down fights. They don't be divas. They don't get titles and try to maneuver around all the competition. These women get in there and fight. Name a time in boxing where you've seen this much history being achieved on the side of the women's. And she single-handedly spearheaded that. Yeah, you got Amanda Serrano doing her thing. She's been around even before Claressa. It's just Claressa hit the scene in a different way. Her being at them heavier weight classes and beating up these bigger females with limited pro experience is just something special, bro. And it's okay to say it. That's all. It's okay to say it. The fact that Christie Martin don't want to give her just due, nasty work. The fact that Layla Ali is a little salty because she said she had beat her in the fight, as if the shoe was on the other foot, she would be saying the same exact thing. Like, people are finding the most ridiculous reasons not to support her, and I don't rock with none of it. Tell me the worst thing that she's done in the sport of boxing for somebody not to be supported. Tell me what she said. What, you serious? We soft like that? All that ass she beat, and we worried about something she might have said in a tweet or an interview? Nah, man, I would never be that kind of soft. She kick ass on a different level when she get in there, and it's fun every time you see her. She got in there with big ass Danielle Perkins, man. That girl's a basketball player. She out here dunking and all types of shit. And she, man, almost sent her to the sunken place, man. Almost sent her ass to the sunken place, bro.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Shout out to my homie, man. Appreciate you, bro. Pooh the kid, man. JJ, much love, bro. Appreciate the birthday love. Shout out to you, bro. Happy B-Day. Peace and blessings to you and the family. Much love. Shout out to my dog. Hey, say you keep talking about another woman, you ain't getting the B-Day cake. Shout out to A. She gonna let me slide. She gonna let me slide. It's Claressa. But shout out to Katie Taylor too. She is special in her own right. She is great. What she's done for boxing, where she's from, and women's boxing as a whole can't be denied. There's no denying Katie Taylor's greatness. So let me make sure I'm clear on that. But she has had some debatable wins. She just had one more recently against Amanda Serrano. Look how many punches she got outlanded by, and they still gave it to her. You can't make this shit up. Let Claressa Shields go in the fight and get punched and hit that many times and damn near be knocked out, and watch how crazy they talk after the fight, and watch how quickly they give her a loss. You get what I'm saying? She can't afford to have those type of fights where they're that close and just know that they're gonna give it to her. That'll never happen. They already trying to take away from her greatness now. They can't find a way to do it in the ring. So they'll find other ways to try to do it. Well, yeah, let's pit the other women up against her. Let's tell the world how, man, Serrano makes more money and all this weird stuff, man. Like, let Serrano be great. She the only real deal. All the different weight classes that she's been a champion in, for anybody to act like she ain't special in her own right is crazy too. She's different too. But Claressa just being a bigger person, the bigger woman, and then going all the way up to the highest weight class in search of smoke is just nothing short of special, and you just won't see it again. You get what I'm saying? You just won't see nothing like that, or at least for a long time. You get what I'm saying? So it's the greatest wigs of all time. you know, Katie Taylor father was shot in an incident where 1 died and 3 were injured. Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy. Shout out to Cash. What's good with it, bro? Man, scrapping, no fill out round. You get what I'm saying? They came in there, got right to it. Shout out to Helton, man. What's good with it? for our, you know, our stroke the ego of the media to get mainstream love. That's a fact, show. You know it, man. It's 704 Joe. What's good with it? It's just nasty work when you see men going at her. Like when I see men trying to discredit her, when I hear men calling in the shows and getting on panels and phone calls, downplaying her movie and just like taking away from what she is weird. Like there's no fighter that you can find that she's going to be scared of. There's no fighter in boxing today that you can find and she won't have a chance to win. Like that person doesn't exist. Now, I ain't saying she can't be beat, but you get me. They make it seem like it's somebody that she's avoiding or, you know, a certain set of fighters and she's going the opposite. That's not the case. She been the smoke since her career started. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to look for the smoke when you are the smoke, and she's still looking for it. You think people should be kicking her door down to fight her, and that's not the case. Now, shout out to my girl Shadeja Green, because I know if she get that opportunity, she want that smoke. Shout out to Jersey's own Shadeja Green. I can't wait to see her get another big fight too. I hope she gets Savannah Marshall and cook her ass. But I had to come here today and build a little bit. Claressa Shields get way too much hate, and it just don't make sense. You know what I mean? Shout out to the GOAT and the queen that represented her in the movie. But this was dope, man. This was dope. One loss from getting cheated is crazy. And through all of that, they couldn't slow her down, stop her, none of that. Still made it to 2 Olympic gold medals, got in the pros and just wreaked havoc. And she got so much history on her side, it's crazy. So what do? Yeah, they cool with her beefing with Alicia Baumgardner, even though they can't fight, but they rather hear them go back and forth, which is weird. They're not going to fight her. I don't want to see them go back and forth and one-up each other, but that's exactly what they did. They got right to it with this fake beef with the MVP versus Claressa. Let me see, show you how far they go. They go far. Shout out to Carolyn Dubois for calling this out. Look what they did. I almost forgot to bring this up. Shout out to Brunch Boxing too. Y'all not low. Play ignorant if y'all want. She said, we know what y'all doing. Damn shame that Amanda Serrano and Alicia Baumgardner engaging that racist imagery. Claressa Shields shouldn't be subjected to this Jim Crow style of abuse. The more things change. So y'all see this and y'all telling me this ain't intentional? Y'all telling me they don't know what they doing with the big mouth thing? This is what Carolyn Dubois calling out. She calling this out. And look who they got next to it. I don't need MVP. It's like, this is what I call, this is where the media start to come in and create these wedges. They see that they already ain't on the same page. So what do? They fuel the fire with racist imagery. And then they have people share it on their social medias. And they look like they part of it. You get me? So this is how far they go to try to knock her down. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not no race baiter. I don't do that over here. I just had enough of hearing it. I don't want to hear it no more. Like, find a real reason to take credit from her. Find a real reason to criticize her other than something petty is what I'm saying. Find a real reason. But shit like this should never happen. You get what I'm saying? It should never happen. They know exactly what they're doing. She stand on her own, so they like, oh, she ain't with the team. Well, we gonna play games then. You get what I'm saying? Like, come on, what y'all on? You see the little comic picture, man. This is stuff that Carolyn Dubois, shout out to her because she a real one, man. Brunch Boxing called it out as well. Carolyn Dubois said this is actually disgusting, out of hand. The fact that nobody is calling out the racism that Claressa Shields is being subjected to is hella disappointing. To dislike someone because you disagree with their point of view is fine, but to be a bully and cruel speaks on you. And you see what I'm saying? Carolyn Dubois had to call that out. She definitely a real one, and she got them hands. So you telling me I'm just tripping? Dank, what it do, homie? I don't see this. We don't see what we seen. You get what I'm saying? They crazy, man. You get what I'm saying? Cash, they wild, bro. They wild out here, man. This is what I mean. This shit been going on for a little while now. So that's why she continue to thrive the way she do and just talk her shit. Like, y'all can't. There's none of this stuff is gonna stop her from talking, bro. You're gonna have to beat her. And that's the thing. Go find somebody to do it. I ain't saying can't nobody do it, but go find somebody, because most of these names that y'all attaching to her are people smaller than her. And she'll mop the floor with these little women, these small ass ladies. Respect to them, but they're way too small. You get what I'm saying? Right, 2 cents. Where they at? You get me? They act like they ain't see this stuff, man. I was like, I've been meaning to get to this for a little while, but I said, man, now's as good as time as any. But here we go. This is what she got to deal with. You get what I'm saying? Just being her. It's crazy, man. Just being confident, just being successful. She only doing it the way she's supposed to do it. She don't cheat. She don't drink. She don't miss weight. She represented her sport like a real champion. Like, what is there? You get what I'm saying? People talk about personalities when they don't know her. So I ain't giving nobody no leg no more because she outspoken. I don't see her doing nothing that's wrong. Like, you ain't got to agree with everything she say, but as far as how she moved, man, that's how, if you had a daughter in boxing, you would want her to move accordingly. You would want her to be this kind of successful. This is a different level. You ain't seen success like this on the women's stage, man. You just haven't seen it. Complete domination from an amateur level to the professional ranks, so much so that the fighters of yesteryear can't even give her just due, but they'll put Katie Taylor in a heartbeat on a pedestal. They'll put her on a pedestal in a heartbeat. She can't say that Claressa Shields is the GOAT. She won't stand up to the smoke in the 90s, but I guarantee you, if you ask Christie Martin, could Katie Taylor stand up to the pressure of the 90s? I guarantee you she'd say yeah. And she get hit way more than Claressa. Come on, man. She would have damn got knocked out by some of the women of yesteryear. Some of them. Come on, man. Them dragged out fights, man. Who was it that beat her? Was it I don't want to be wrong. Was it who beat Katie? Was it Sandy? Was it Sandy Ryan? Give me a second. I think it was. Let me see. Like, this shit is crazy, man. The fights that she had that's close, that, you know. Chantel Cameron. Yeah, Chantel Cameron. Imagine a Chantel Cameron beating Claressa Shields, bro. Like, seriously, imagine Chantel Cameron beating Claressa Shields. And all due respect to her, but just imagine that. Imagine they the same size. You get what I'm saying? With the exact skill set that she got. You telling me you see that girl beating a Claressa Shields? It's hard to, like, you get what I'm saying? I hate to do it that way, but it's just real. Like, she head and shoulders, man. She a dog walk. All of these chicks that Katie Taylor had close fight with, what's her name? Delphine Pursunes. And you get what I'm saying? She got some gift decisions there. And I'm not knocking her. I'm just being real. Katie's a monster, though. She's a beast. But them Delphine Pursunes, she has some, you know, she got some favorable decisions for sure. Close fights. And Serrano definitely beat her in the last fight. You get what I'm saying? Claressa just don't get hit that much. You don't see her get hit that much. Yeah, it was Chantel Cameron. Just wow, Snoopy, what it do? Cream Snack made Claressa Shields bounce like, you stupid, bro. She would have stayed away from the snack. Nah, I think some people are sponsored by Snack. You know what I'm saying? Sponsored by Snack. That don't mean they on the regimens like everybody. Like, it's a big misconception that everybody that you see with a Snack shirt is like full of supplements and on this specific Snack regimen. Like, I don't believe that is the case with Claressa. You know what I'm saying? So I think she good, man. You gotta think there's so many people that have been affiliated with Snack, but all of them have been clean and on the up and up. You get what I'm saying? Just that's one of them things where you just gotta separate the people that are truly in bed with them and the people that are being sponsored by them. Like when you see Shakur do a drop with a Snack shirt on, talking about I'm Snack Strong. You get what I'm saying? Like, some people really just get sponsored by them. And that's money. So, like, you get what I'm trying to say? That don't mean, oh, I'm really over here snacked out of control or I'm putting all types of wild supplements in my body. That's not the case. Chantel Cameron should be a bigger name. Yeah, she's a good, damn good fighter. Hen Dog was good with it, bro. Claressa Shields ain't never been a 17-time champion, 3-time undisputed. Yeah, champion. Yeah, it's just nasty, bro. It's just nasty. If they're not clean, going to drop. Right. I feel you. I just never bought into the Snack paranoia thing. Cause I haven't, still to this day, I haven't seen one case where somebody's been able to prove that snack is somehow illegal or any different from any other supplements that somebody on that's not called snack, right? I just think, it's a lot of misinformation and it's all mixed up, right? You know what I mean? Everybody ain't dealing with snack on the same level. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't deal with like a Victor Contes per se, right? So we class is bomb at Nancy. He was before. Where is Baumgartner? Is she still at 40? Is Bomb where's she? Where's Lisa at? Let me see. What is the Bomb? Super Feather? She's still at Super Feather. Hey, 130. She's still at 30. She's excuse me. She's still at 30. Lisa's still at 30. Still at 30. Shout out to Snoopy. Appreciate you, bro. Shout out to everybody for the B-Day love, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, man. We're gonna build for a bit. Ain't going nowhere just yet, matter of fact. But yeah, man, Claressa, like I could understand if she was going out there having subpar performances. See if she was out there struggling with people that she's supposed to beat, making these fights debatable. None of that is the case. Like, she continued to win. She even dipped her toe in the MMA, had success over there, came back to boxing, continued to have success. She winning. She just had some fights the other day as well, man. She announced that she'll be back. Did she say June or July? I forget, but she'll be announcing her return if she didn't already do it. I might have missed it, but that's what she was doing. They started that hate snatch at the arrow as Molly Wop. It's kind of the timing of it is kind of, you know what I mean? But it's shit. I think Porter was with Snack. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think Sean Porter was with Snack and Bud beat him. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of guys that, quote unquote, have Snack but lost. And people just don't point it out. Like for me, it's just too many. You got to talk on both sides. You can't just look at the couple of cases that help you make a argument, man. You got to look at the other side, because everybody on Snack ain't winning, and everybody on Snack ain't like some type of cheater, is what I'm saying. So we got a lot of paranoid people out here, man. A lot of paranoid folks. Why? I don't know. Snack was never issued to Devin versus Regis. Yeah, I don't know where it came from. That diary didn't drop at the Spence fight. What's that? The Snack documentary. Snack. Snack got shot. Nervous. Fight sport talk.
What up, Jusdu? First of all, happy birthday, man. How are you?
Appreciate you, bro. I'm all good over here.
Yeah.
Right.
Had a good time.
Right. Facts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Shout out to 2 Cents. Yeah. I mean, Terence Crawford with you guys talking about Terence Crawford with Snack, right?
Yeah. That people paranoid. Crawford's with Snack. Crawford snacked up. Wow. And dog, appreciate you, bro. Shout out to everybody, man. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Y'all could come up if y'all want. Barboza, Ramirez, and Haney are with Snack. That must be a record of Snack fighters on the card. Yeah, I'm telling you, a record of Snack. I snacked out, dub. What's good?
Yeah.
What's good, bro? How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Really enjoyed the fight yesterday. Speaking of Snack, I was thinking myself, Conor Benn, like his if he would have knocked Eubank out, I would have been asking questions. But it seems that maybe it would have been fairly clean for this fight. But right. he looked pretty big in there. But right. Yeah, when it comes to Crawford, like everyone knows, I'm a huge Crawford fan. Mm-hmm. If he shows up much bigger than he was last year and doesn't slow down at all, doesn't show any signs of getting fatigued because he's put on muscle, then I'm definitely going to ask questions. But I mean, in this sport, right. Man, you never know. They all could be using, as far as I know, is what it is.
And it's just one of them things where I understand the overall paranoia with like PDs in sports, because you know that shit is just, we'd be lying if we said it didn't exist. But it's one of them things where you got to be like case by case basis. Guys
Yeah, man.
having like abnormal performances, are they pretty much on par with what they've always been doing? Like, and I feel like Crawford, right, he's always done this shit the right way, right? I can't believe to this day that people are really treating it like it's a chance that he could be cheating, like from the glove manipulation conversation that I don't like, because it's like, yo, he manipulating his gloves against people that he'll beat for sure. Like, that's what y'all saying. You gonna choose it. It's just weird. And it's like, where do y'all get all?
Yeah.
What would make y'all think this guy is cheating? That's just bad for the sport. That one of the best fighters can't get his just due for just being a clean athlete. Like, what do we have to go off that will even bring him remotely close to being a cheater? Just is weird to me, and I don't know where it started at. I think I got an idea, but that's still weird because can't nobody prove that he's ever done anything, any illegal substances. He ain't never, missed weight, pop for no steroids. It's just like, why do we do this to the sport? It just hurts the overall
Yeah.
sport. Better off
Well,
just
just
saying you don't like the dude. Right? You don't like
yeah.
him, but to just be like, yeah, he's on snack, and like saying it as if that means he got some type of unfair advantage. And then, oh, he manipulated his gloves in this fight and he did it in that fight. I'm like, bro, y'all serious? Y'all, so the only people that are able to catch Bud Crawford cheating are the people at home, from the couple people on YouTube. Like, nobody, none of the powers that be, they're gonna let one of the more unpopular guys, ain't like, media darling, where he just got people just willing to let him slide. Like, they would nail Bud Crawford to the cross, is what I'm saying.
exactly.
If he was doing anything
Exactly.
remotely fishy, they would nail him to the cross. It wouldn't be them turning a blind eye and none of that, man. They'd nail him. They'd get him just like they get everybody else that be getting caught cheating. But it's like,
Yeah.
that's what we at in
Just
boxing.
Yeah, well, just do. Sorry to interrupt, but just
No, you're all
to
good.
comment on what you just said. You're talking about people getting having a protection program, so to speak. What examples of what you're talking about is Canelo Alvarez. Like, even the media still covers for him, like it never happened. Or Conor being over in the UK. Like, there are idiots like Tony Bellew who will act like he never failed to test. But yeah, my theory on Crawford is, like, just to say, man, when I was a teenager, I used to think, oh, you guys and your conspiracy theories. Then I get to my 20s and I think, okay, they could all be using. Now I'm 30 now, and I'd say there's a good chance they could all be using. But we don't know for certain. Like you said, we take it on a case-by-case basis. And my thoughts on Crawford is, the only evidence I feel is that people point to, he started off as a lightweight, and at welterweight he knocked everybody out at welterweight, and not just knocked them out, but knocked them out badly. And I mean, there's definitely some reason to think, how can you become a puncher when you move up in weight so much? But you also have to look at how, like you said, he does everything right. He is one of the most accurate punchers ever. Like, I said this in my video last year, where I defended Naoya Inoue from a lot of criticism, because there are a lot of people who think he's on steroids. And I mentioned Crawford in that video. People can look it up. It's still on my channel. It's one of the first videos I did. That Crawford, because he's so accurate, because he's such a precise puncher, that in itself, I mean, the biggest punch the hardest punch you take is the one you don't see coming. And Crawford's so difficult to read. And you saw against Madrimov, his power, like, people say his power wasn't theirs. So they say, oh, well, that's evidence. Some people say that's evidence. And it's like, well, no. Against Madrimov, Madrimov was able to figure Crawford out. So it's more complex than a lot of people say. I don't know if Crawford's using or not, but I mean, there was a time, man. Sorry, just to say, there was a time when a lot of people thought Errol Spence was on steroids, and Spence he signed up.
Right.
But the thing, but just this was so, for me, this is so, it was, and maybe he was, but the arguments these people were using were so stupid, because Spence signed up for VADA testing to fight Cal Brook without question. Like Hellbrook said, look, if you want to come and take my challenge for my title, you better sign up for VADA testing. Spence said, okay, let's do it.
Yeah,
And people were still saying that he was on
puffy
steroids.
nipples
I was like, Spence's work rate didn't change one iota. Like, so you're damn. In this game, I was just going to say you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't sometimes.
Yeah, I feel like if we're gonna do that, it need to be real evidence. It can't just be paranoia. And real quick, shout out to Teach. Much love to everybody showing love on.
Yeah, shout out to
man.
Teach.
Appreciate you, my guy. Where I'm at with it, right? Like I don't have no problem people being suspicious, but to act like that's really what your suspicion is, what the reality is weird. I still don't get this whole snack paranoia thing. Nobody's testing positive for no steroids. It's just too convenient, man. It's too convenient to find a reason, man. Like we do this with every fighter, and I'm glad you brought up Earl Spence because they was trying to do it to him too. His nipples, he had puffy nipples. Look at his veins. Remember, it was a point where he was with Blu-ray and they had all knockouts.
Yep.
Every night they had like a 10-fight knockout streak. Does that mean that you get what I'm saying? Is he juicing now? Like, it's just ridiculous, man. It don't be enough evidence to support these claims, is all I be saying. I'm with it just as much as y'all, but I don't. It's more so for boxing. My frustration is the boxing end of it. It ruins the integrity of the sport because it's like we'll have nothing really to go off but some suspicion. And then it's like, bro, that's not enough, man. I just don't.
Yeah.
They'll nail Crawford to the cross, bro. That dude was cheating. Just don't think he'll be getting away with it.
And if I can
complexion for the protection either.
Yeah, and I mean, like there's always going to be some fighters who, because they're a star or whatever, like suspicion gets thrown out. Like Conor Benn, again, he's been able to avoid all kinds of suspicion because not because of anything fancy, but just because of where he lives and the people around him. But I just want to, if I could just point this out to anyone in the chat who hasn't seen it, go,
man, what you do?
Yeah,
no, you good. Keep going.
If you just for everybody in the chat, if you rewatch Tommy Hearns versus Sugar Ray Leonard 2, this just for those who don't know, this was after Leonard was basically retired at this point. He was just taking money fights, and Leonard had been working with HBO for years. Jim Lampley said, this is again on YouTube. I didn't know about this until I watched the fight. Jim Lampley said on the broadcast that Tommy Hearns had essentially accused Ray Leonard of using steroids. And Tommy Hearns, we all know, he's maybe the greatest punch. He's one of the top 5 greatest punchers in boxing history because of his size. He was able to become a puncher in every single division. But, Ray Leonard, he was a guy who essentially moved up 4 weight divisions. He never fought at light heavyweight, even though he has a title there. And he didn't grow into the divisions like he did what Floyd did. But Hearns did accuse him of steroids. So this has been going on for a long time. I just wanted to point that out to the chat because it shocked me when I read it. Yeah. And there is an article out there if people want to go check it out. So, and again, Lampley, he was close friends with Ray Leonard. They've been working together for years. They were real close. And Lampley said it openly. Steroids are a problem in the sport, and Hearns has accused Leonard of using. So that's pretty... That made me think,
I'm just not a fan of it. Like, it's one of them things where why we can't just deal with a case-by-case basis, right? I don't think Crawford knockouts is just a clear indication of like, because it ain't like he was punching so much harder or nothing like that. This was beating these dudes' ass, and he always had it in him anyway. You watched him through the weight classes, Crawford always been a damn good finisher. And I think once he got to 47, he stopped moving as much as he used to at the lower weights, and he started punching a lot more. You know what I mean? I feel like he traded one for the other, and to an extent to kind of, adjust to the weight and the punching power that he was going to be dealing with. It's kind of like he adapted to the weight class. That's what I attribute those knockouts to more so than anything. And look, I hear you 2 cents, yeah. it's always going to be in question when you allow just known cheaters to be a part of the sport. So the suspicion about those guys is understood, but we will throw a jacket on Terrence Crawford. We'll throw it on Errol Spence with just no proof of them cheating. And my thing is, if they were, why are they so much better than everybody else? Right? Like, these be some of the best fighters in the world, and instead of us just appreciating them as that, we got to come up with these conspiracies that they could be cheating. And it blows my mind how, you know, people feel like we can see it from at home, but nobody in boxing, they just gonna let Terrence Crawford cheat. I don't think he that special for them to even allow it. And as far as the gloves, even when their first pair of gloves busted, I think that was Avanesian, right? I think that was the Avanesian fight.
Yeah, it was. But this was sorry to interrupt you. Sorry to interrupt you, Stu. But not only was it the Avanesian fight, this was after Crawford had been beating Avanesian's ass.
Exactly.
People were saying, "Oh, the gloves look deformed." I'm like,
Everlast came out and they gave a statement. They took accountability for it, and people still blamed it on Crawford.
Yeah,
I guess it happened. I think it happened again in another fight, and I'm like, just look at the talent of these guys, and y'all telling me these are guys that he's manipulating gloves to beat. Like, we really are convincing ourselves of some crazy things at home. Like, them dudes ain't no damn cheaters. I can't label Terrence Crawford no steroid cheat. Can't label him a glove manipulator. I just don't feel like he got to do that to win, especially against no damn David Avanesian, somebody he cooked the entire time. If he'd have had 16-ounce gloves, the results would have still been the same. Ass whooping. You get me? So that's where I'm at. It's not about people's suspicion. It's just about not putting jackets where they don't belong. I wasn't a fan of it with Spence and the puffy nipples and his veins, and, you know, him and Blu-ray this. And you get what I'm saying? He got, I think he had 10 knockouts, whatever it was in a row. It's just, we do it. We move from fighter to fighter with no real evidence of it, and I'm just not a fan of that. So I'm a more logical thinker. Like, we could, anybody could be cheating, but if we gonna take that approach, then what are we really saying? So it's like, I just feel like if he was cheating, he'd get caught like the rest of these big goofy ass dudes, man. I think he one of them ones that just did it the right way. He lived the right way. Don't smoke, don't drink. I'm gonna attribute his success to him putting into his body, and that's the results, right? That he got back into it. So instead of just like, nah, he was snack, he probably cheated. I'm like, nah, it's tough, man. It's tough. KO, what's good with it, bro? Shout out to what it do. He said, I know your birthday today, dog. Yeah, you already know what it is. You know it. You know it, man. Show him what it do, man. That's why I don't believe engage in conversation. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough, man. Shout out to my homie, man, back in the cash, in the super chat again, man. Shout out to Pooh. And again, we can always have a conversation. If y'all can tell me, like, what makes y'all feel that way, it's okay. I ain't going to tell you you're wrong. But for me, I'm only responsible for me. I can't put that jacket on Bud Crawford. You know what I mean? And say he cheating out here. You know what I'm saying? So that's just me. A couple people was, like, trying to argue it. And I'm just like, y'all really believe that? Like, that's crazy. Because if I'm gonna believe that, then I'm gonna believe Errol Spence was cheating when they were saying his nipples was too puffy, right? Stupid stuff. So it's like, I'm not with it. Nah, some of these dudes are just like that. Some of these dudes are just good, man. Errol Spence was beating ass. That's what it was. And again, he was working with Blu-ray. They was putting a certain kind of work in, and it was getting a certain kind of results out. That's how I think. I'm not gonna look at the man with his shirt off and be like, see, that's how I know he cheated. No. That work that him and Blu-ray was putting in, that dog work, that is more logical to believe that's the reason he's successful than anything else. You get what I'm saying? And that's always me just fair to the sport. Like, I'm not a fan of it. Like, somebody did it with Devin Haney. They made a whole video, said the dude taking drugs, X, Y, and Z. When I go as a you know, fan of the sport, I want to ask, where you coming from with this? Person got defensive. That's because you're not basing this off of nothing. Telling me the man taking ecstasy and all this other stuff. And I'm like, bro, you would have to be with him to know, like, what are y'all on, man? This is where we at in boxing. I'm not a fan of that shit. Like, you get caught, then we critique them just like we do anybody else. We don't give them no pass or nothing. But to create something that's not there and be cool with it is my problem. Like, if anybody tell me what fight that he would manipulate his gloves, and what would be the reason for that? Like, he not confident in himself, so he gonna pick this late in his career to start glove manipulate. Like, it don't make a lot of sense to me. They did it with the Spence thing, said something about his gloves, seen Derrick James try to shake his hand after the fight, squeeze his glove, whatever he was doing, wasn't nothing wrong. Like, it was legit.
Yeah,
It was like,
that
bro,
was
you
funny.
gonna do this? I'm like, man, it ain't that deep. I ain't labeling no guy. If you get caught, we on your ass. But I ain't about to come up with some shit from home, because I don't like what evidence from home could I have that he's either a steroid cheat or a glove cheat? Like, what busted gloves? That's not enough. One of the times they came right out, like I said, Everlast put out a statement. They was like, nah, man, he's still. I'm like, nah, what? Like, what is he doing to bust gloves? This shit is new to me. Like, I just don't know, man. I think people be down bad. They don't like. You can tell when somebody don't like a fighter. I'll say that, because they'll believe the worst thing said about him with no evidence to prove it. I'm saying it's not just Crawford. I've seen it with Errol Spence too. People don't like him, so they'll believe that it's PEDs he on. They'll believe that he really was taking an easy route and not trying to fight Crawford. They'll believe this type of stuff. You know what I mean? Just when you don't like a fighter, people will believe anything. That's all. And it's just nasty.
Yeah.
I'm not for it. If I had any shred of evidence, I promise you I would call it out. If Terrence Bud Crawford was a cheater and I had some evidence where I could come up here and say, yo, look at this. This look fishy, y'all. I would do it, but I ain't about to create that shit and put smut on the man's name. He just it's one of the best fighters in the world, and we can't just appreciate him like that. We got to be like, nah, yeah, he had to be cheating, or them gloves wasn't right. Like, yo, damn, Crawford, Terrence,
Yeah, man.
Crawford, damn, man. I know y'all don't like him, but shit, dude, working with Conte. I mean, how do people know? Do people know to what level Terrence Crawford is working with Victor Conte? Yeah, don't smoke, don't drink. Yeah, Terrence Crawford. He lived a fighter's lifestyle is what I'm saying when I say that. Forever G's what it do.
Yeah.
Or to look the other
And
way
just
with Victor. So to what extent is he working with Victor, y'all?
Man, I don't know.
Blu-ray. I feel you.
And we ain't never got a box
wrong.
again. Well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Big shout out to my brother D1. Much love, man. Happy B-Day, bro. Cheers and many more. That's much love in the cash app with the 10-piece, man. Shout out to my
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Appreciate you, man. Yeah, so I'm with you, bro. But look, for me, I'm all for the conversation, bro. But I'm just telling y'all, for me, I don't have no evidence, y'all, that he's taking PD. Sorry, I don't. I don't have any evidence at home from my computer chair that he's busting gloves intentionally, and he's getting away with it. All the powers that be is conveniently ignoring all of this wild amounts of cheating that Terrence Crawford is doing because he's that special. One of the most unpopular guys in the sport is just going to be allowed to cheat at alarming rates, and nobody's going to say anything about it. It's just like, I can't think that way. That's just not logical, right? So I get it. You could say Victor Conte this, Victor Conte that. Could anybody tell me to what extent do they know that Bud Crawford is working with Victor Conte? It's so many blanks and holes in the little bit of information that we do got. And we're willing to fill in the blanks to make the narrative stick. I can't stress it enough. Anybody that's been known to be cheating, and I get it, your suspicion of a guy being cool with him, working with him, any of that stuff, but to just accuse him and say, oh yeah, just because you even cool with him, that you're cheating. Like, and I'll use a different. I'll go a different way with it. How many of us in life know people that's in the street and they do X, Y, and Z in the street? Still cool with the people? Do that mean you do it too? No, and don't give me that shit. We all know people that's into something that we're currently, as of today, are not into, right? And because like that automatically mean we into the shit that they into? No, because you know how to separate the difference. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's all I'm saying. It's just we're too conveniently filling in blanks when it's a fighter that's not the guy. It's cool to not like Terrence Crawford. Like, I've seen people get mad at me for giving him his credit. It's weird. And I stand on this shit because it's for boxing.
It is weird.
Tell me where I'm wrong at. Where's the evidence at? That's where I'm at. Not some fantasy shit, some evidence, not just some suspicion or paranoia. I get the suspicion, respect to it, but where the evidence at? Just like the rest of these dudes, you know how we knew Ryan Garcia had Ostarine? Because his piss contained it, right? Now how we knew Canelo Alvarez had clenbuterol because his piss contained it, right? That's where I'm going with it. I'm dealing with Terrence Crawford like that too. Has he ever pissed and failed a drug test? So y'all gonna keep, and it's too convenient to say, well, they're just smarter than everybody else. That's so convenient, man. That's so convenient. I'm not doing that. I'm not putting smut on one of the best fighters in the world name because he ain't a popular guy. I can't do that to him. You get what I'm saying? That's just me. I can't do it because I don't have the evidence. I can say, yeah,
man.
Conte, but do y'all know what degree they're working together, or are we guessing? That's what I'm saying. That's what it really boiled down to. Like, how do we know this stuff? Like, I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, the Victor Conte thing, again, shout out to 2 Cents because I've been on her show a lot of times, and, you know, there's not a lot of people who go there regularly.
Come up. And it's a conversation with me. I'm just telling you, I'm speaking for me. If y'all got a different case and y'all seen something else, feel free to, talk about it. But for me, I'm being sincere to me and y'all. I don't have the evidence to back that claim that he's a PED user and he's busting gloves intentionally against opposition that I know he can beat.
Yeah,
like, hey, you get me? What I was tough.
Yeah, what I was going to say was that, like, again, on 2 Cents' show, a lot of people are critics of Crawford, but I think in general, like, I think there's reason to be suspicious of the Victor Conte connection because Conte, I mean, let's be real, Conte is the equivalent of the greatest snitch in the world. Like, the reason why he knows what's going on in the sport is because he did it. Like, he was the PD guy. So if there was somebody who knew about how to cycle on and off PEDs, it would be him. But yeah, plenty of fighters have worked with him, and I mean, you also have to say, well, he's ratted out fighters or athletes like Marion Jones, who, you know, people were suspicious of, but people would have never known for certain if he didn't come out and do it. So again, it goes back to taking things on a case-by-case basis. And
that's all you can do.
And also a lot of these...
That's the only thing that's fair. Like right now, I'm seeing it now with Shakur. They seen the snack strong. Now they like it's snack Shakur is better than the different Shakur. I'm just like, bro, y'all really be throwing guys in the mud. Y'all doing it with him. Kid Austin dad said he's taking secret steroids and then try to walk it all back. This is the same shit that everybody's doing with these fighters. The ones that getting caught, like shout out to L-Dub, like he said, the ones that get caught, people don't even bring that up, but we're going to look at the fighters that's beating ass and we're going to just assume the reason you're winning, you got to be cheating. Yeah, you manipulating.
Hey, it's just like, what's good? It's just like the thing with Manny, bro. It's just like the thing with Manny. Everybody say Manny this, Manny that, Manny this, Manny that. Well, Manny fought for 22 years and never tested positive. So what can you say?
Yeah. And look,
never tested positive.
I'm glad you brought that up, right? Because I will always be suspicious, right? And how he said something about being scared of needles, knowing he had tattoos. I will always be suspicious about the way he dealt with it, right?
Yeah, exactly. That didn't make no sense. Exactly. That didn't make no sense.
That's all I'm saying. So I'm letting y'all know I respect and understand the suspicion. If you think somebody in bed with a guy that used to cheat, but you got to be clear on that. That's all. That's a bold statement. I'm watching. They doing it with Claressa, bro. I'm watching people do it with Claressa now.
She wouldn't even have that many knockouts. How can you do that? If anything,
with no proof, bro. They doing it.
But she don't even have any. She don't have power like that though. She don't even have power like that.
But wait a minute. Hold up. But wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Now she moves up to heavyweight or light heavyweight, and she ain't got a cut. What happens? What happens?
But not only that, I mean, you fighting somebody that your levels above also. That makes a difference. See, Terrence Crawford they had like Terrence Crawford is knocking out everybody he fight. He's not. As you move up in competition, your knockouts go down. It's also when you catch a guy. And that was the tragedy of the 147-pound division because we never seen Terrence Crawford fight those guys when they were at their best. We didn't see him fight the best Sean Porter. We didn't see him fight Keith Thurman at all. We seen him fought a shell of Errol Spence, a guy who got thrown out of a freaking car That wasn't the best Errol Spence. So, but it's hypothetical. I mean, it was tragic. It never happened. But that's what we have to deal with. It's the only thing we can go off of. Right. I mean, when he fought Benavidez, he didn't get Benavidez out there.
Here's the problem with that.
He had to catch Benavidez to get him out of there.
But here's the problem with all that. The problem with that is this: you can only fight the guys who are willing to get in the ring with you.
No, I'm not saying it's his fault. I'm not saying it's his fault. I'm saying it's tragic. I'm saying it's tragic. It didn't happen.
But he's still being blamed for it.
I'm not blaming him for nothing. I'm just saying
because every time they have a conversation, they say, well, he didn't fight this guy at his best. He didn't fight this guy at his best. He didn't fight this guy at his best. But he fought him and he knocked him out. So that's not his problem.
But he ain't knocking out everybody. He's 31. He's 31 knockouts out of 40 fights. So they act like he's knocking out everybody.
Out of 41 fights, 10 of them went to difference. 10 of them.
That's what I'm saying. That's not like that ain't like he got like a 90% knockout rate. And then you could argue at the 54 division, he fought one guy at 54. I don't think he knocks out anybody at 54. Those guys are too big. Once you start moving up in weight, the knockouts go away.
See, but that
exactly. He's a 35-pounder who moved up. I get that.
Is a logical way of thinking to me, right? You thinking like, all right, naturally the smaller guy moving up to even bigger weight class is going to be harder to knock him out, as well as stepping up in competition. You know what? Because that's logical. But somebody that want to push a narrative, they're going to say, you see, he ain't knock him out. See, where's power at now? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, this shit is weird is all I'm saying. If you can find a shred of evidence that I should go look at that'll indicate that Terrence Bud Crawford is some type of cheater, then I'm more than willing to go look it up. But I'm telling you, with the information I got, I don't have anything that would indicate that that's the case. So I can't come up here and say that because other people feel that way. Maybe y'all came across other information. Maybe y'all listened to somebody that made a case that really convinced you, but I haven't heard a case. I just hear like some wild speculation, and they're doing it with some of the best fighters in the world, from Bud to Shakur to Claressa. It's like, that's nasty work.
I just hear from a bunch of dudes who don't like the guy and trying to find any reason to discredit him. And that's cool. You don't like the guy, you don't like the guy. But just don't lie on the guy. That's the thing I don't like. Just don't lie on him.
I would respect a guy like me that ain't gonna come up here and lie. I don't have that information that would indicate that he's a cheater. I promise you, I'll tell y'all, like, yo, Bud, I ain't on his payroll. He don't know me. But what I can't do, I gotta have integrity with the way I do content. I can't just make something up. So, you know what I'm saying? I've been watching people do this. I've been seeing little titles. I can't click people, certain shit I can't tune into because I'm like, I'm not willing to do that. Like, one thing about this, when it comes to people cheating in the sport, there's no way only a couple of people know. If you get what I'm saying. Sure. Like, that shit will be getting reported by everybody. There ain't gonna be no secret. Ain't gonna be no just one person to find that out. Just think logically. Whenever somebody get caught, man, we know. Ryan got caught, everybody knew. Canelo, everybody knew. Like, people know, and so on and so forth.
Conor Benn got caught, everybody knew.
Amir Khan popped dirty after the fact, right? He was retired and popped dirty. Like, you giving him, everybody still knew about that. Like, it shit won't be no secret, man. That's all I'm saying. He don't have that type of luxury where he can just skate by. And now think about the accusations now, because it start to pile up when people don't like you. Not only is he snatching on, that's automatically he's cheating, but he's manipulating the gloves too. And they're gonna let Terrence Bud Crawford, the guy that's not the popular guy, not no media darling, they're gonna just let him cheat scotch-free. The guy that don't make
I heard about the barbed wire in the gloves, Jess.
You don't sell no
Did you hear about the barbed wire in the gloves?
To let him cheat. What's the incentive to letting Terrence Crawford cheat? You get and not making y'all a shit ton of money. He's an asshole, right? He hard to deal with, right? According to Bob Arum, he losing money. You think that's the guy they're gonna let cheat, manipulate gloves and PEDs?
And can I also just throw something in there, like because again, Claressa Shields is one of my least favorite people in the sport. Like, I cannot stand her. I think as a person, she's pretty rotten. But I can't condone people saying she's cheating. Like, I'm not prepared to go that far. So it is unfair. Like, you shouldn't be accusing people if there's no proof. And another thing, people don't know, if people don't know this, they should look this up. A British fighter called Larry Olubamiwo, he failed a number of tests for literally about 9 different banned substances back in like 2012 or something. Like, people should look this up. And he barely got punished at all, because even though he failed for like an entire pharmacy worth of steroids, like he failed for the Jarrell Miller use, Larry Olubamiwo, and he was just a British level fighter. Like, he was never that good. So it's not just the top fighters who get caught, but when top fighters do get caught, some people say, well, they're all on steroids, and it's like, we don't know that for certain. The only way you could do it is, again, take it on a case by case basis. Like, a lot of the British guys who were accused Errol Spence of using when Errol Spence signed up for drug testing, these guys like Dominic Ingle, who was training Cal Brook, also trained Kid Galahad, who failed for a steroid test back when he was world champion, and these were the guys who were accusing Errol Spence. So it's like, maybe Crawford is like, the extent that people go to with Crawford is a little crazy.
Yeah. And I gotta say, I mean, for me, I absolutely love Claressa, because she's everything they don't want her to be. Proud, confident, outspoken, and just like she bleeds confidence. And they hate that, because if I had to ask the average person, what is their disdain with Claressa, they're gonna say, well, I don't like her personality. Okay, then I'm gonna ask you, well, what did she do?
That's me, by the way. Just I don't like her personality.
It's not enough for me. Us men, like that she fight, and think about her positioning. And you ever listen to her interviews, and she really go in depth with what kind of birthed her into the person that she is. People have more of an understanding and an appreciation for why she give it up like that. This is right now is a prime example of why she is the way she is, the way she being treated. Getting on a public platform, not being willing to give her credit is just disgusting. Saying that she wouldn't be able to handle fighters in the 90s. Why? Because you were fighting in the 90s? She would have kicked Christie Martin's ass. She would have kicked Christie Martin's ass.
I just do, though. But at the same time, and this is my problem with that, what you just said. I understand everything you said does have a valid point, and I can rock with about 80% of it. But at the same time, she puts herself, she wants to be known as a boxer, not a male, not a female, but just as a boxer. So if she wants to be known as that, the same type of criticism that people give her is the same type of criticism that these men boxers get on a daily basis.
Yeah, but see now
they get it on a daily basis, so you can't pick and choose when you want to be delicate and when you want to be hard.
She moved the opposite of what most of these men move. She going right to the smoke. She's snatching up titles. She chasing.
It ain't that much smoke. It's a total different game, brother. I totally disagree with that. It's a totally different game. I mean, the talent pool ain't that deep, man. It ain't that many fighters.
Because what she means to the sport, what she brought to the sport, how she contributed to the sport it far outweighs any personality trait that people don't like about her. That shit is petty. It's not enough reason to not like, oh, I don't like her personality. Like, what you mean?
Hey, let me say this, Just.
She ain't people.
Let me say this.
But we watch her not because she has.
Let me say this, Just. I can't stand fucking Floyd Mayweather. I can't stand that dude. It doesn't take away from the fact that he's probably one of the best fighters we've seen in the last 25 years, if not the best. That's a fact. Personally, can't stand it. That ain't got nothing to do with what he does in the ring. And that's what we got to judge Claressa on, what she does in that ring. If you don't like her, that's fine. Find somebody to beat her.
Have your personal.
Find somebody to beat her. That's what you got to do. But all this hating on her personality and she's not personable, and that's weird, man. That's stupid.
They do that with all athletes. They do it with all athletes. They do it with men athletes too. They do it with male athletes too. What are you talking about? It's the same thing.
Again, shit, if she was a male chasing that, accomplishing that kind of history, and we'll love it. We'll love it. And I'm like, I see too many men going at her. It's the men that I can't respect it. I don't get it. You got people making phone calls to shit on her movie, her opponent selection. Like, you name, who is it that you got beating her? She a generational talent, and I'm disappointed that people acting like you've seen that shit more than once.
I know, but at the same time, I understand what you're saying, but what is the reality of it? The reality is there's only 10 people in the heavyweight division in women. That's the reality. We can't change that. It's not like men heavyweight boxing where you got literally hundreds of guys. See, and every time somebody turns 18, you got another guy.
That's not my argument about.
And we're not trying to put it like that.
Like, I'm not. We
trying to judge it based on what it is. That's what we're trying to do.
Men attacking her for being great. She everything. Some of these clowns wish their favorite fighter was, and that's the harsh reality. They just hate that she confident. She don't gotta bow down for nobody and wait for them to tell her how great she is. She'll be waiting forever. She'll be done dead and gone, waiting for these idiots to get that girl her just due. You got Christie Martin's a fool for sitting up there saying that bullshit she was saying. Y'all disdain for Claressa Shields is something deeper than boxing. That shit ain't got nothing to do with sports. These people are weird. It shouldn't be no MVP versus Claressa. Come on, man. Look at the posters. Look at this shit that they going through to try to make a point with this girl, man. They're nasty work. Look at this shit. And they using Alicia Baumgartner as the pawn. The girl that's too small to fight her. The media is a piece of shit. I don't respect none of this they doing. That girl deserved every bit of her flowers because she outspoken. That let's call it what it is. Because if you had to ask yourself, what is it that she doing that's wrong? She doing it right in the sport. She even dipped her toe in a whole other sport to get some competition and back over there where she belongs, still beating ass. That's all I'm saying. You ain't gotta put her up as the greatest ever. But as far as her being a GOAT, she made that a thing. You didn't hear nothing about nobody else calling themselves that until she came along. And the fact that they making it seem like it's any question, we talking about a combat athlete that arguably never lost, amateur or pro. That shit is special. You ain't never seen nothing like it. That's all I'm saying, man. And I love all these ladies. I like to see them all do their thing, but to keep trying to shit on this girl to make these other women look like something is whack. They can't because they can't. It's too small, so you're gonna have.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Is Serrano, Baumgartner, or Katie Taylor even feasible fights? Are those fights even feasible? Then what are we talking about?
That's what I'm saying. But
why them girls are too
argument going in the media, Shelton, because they know what time it is. Y'all not about to go up there and challenge her. So what we gonna do? We gonna challenge her in every other way. We gonna go at her reputation.
And I know none of y'all bought into that bullshit about Baumgartner, a 130 fighter talking about she want to fight Claressa. I know y'all didn't buy into that bullshit. Baumgartner fights at 130, bro. There was never, ever a chance of her fighting Claressa. Ever.
Not go. And that's why I say she can't fall for the trap either, because what she doing is really good for the sport of boxing as well. Don't let them trick y'all out of y'all spots. Y'all all are demonstrating levels of greatness in your own right. That's where I'm at with it. I'm really for boxing. That petty shit, trying to have them going at each other, man, all because of Claressa know how great she is, and she ain't waiting for somebody to write an article or get up online and tell her. She ain't waiting for one of these writers to tell her that she the shit, and she know it, and she gonna show you, and then she gonna tell you some more. That's what they don't like. I'm tired of hearing what people's personal feelings is. Nah, tell me about how she fight, though. What about that? Who beating her ass? Who is she running from? Nobody. She head and shoulders above. That shit is special. That's all I'm saying. And it's time for people to start appreciating her just like that. I could show love to all these women without taking credit from Claressa. It's a way to do that. You don't got to go that route. And that's what the media is doing with this weak ass beef, knowing none of them women can fight her. They can't go up there and fight her, but they got y'all part of this shit, sharing these images, and they using Alicia Baumgartner to do it. That's whack as hell. That's corny. I don't respect none of this they doing. They can't fall for it, bro. Y'all can't fight her. Y'all was cool before this point. Y'all need to get back to that because y'all can't fight. Might as well leave it alone. Leave her alone. Let her be great. She is the GOAT because she made it a thing, man. You don't got to think she the greatest woman of all time, but that name suits her. Make another argument in case with somebody else doing more than her. And that's why I say that you know how impressive it is to be in combat athletes. You had an entire amateur career. They had to rob you to put a loss there, and it still didn't slow you down. You still got 2 gold medals out of it. Then you turn pro and just lit this shit up, and this is what they do. This all because she confident? That's what I'm saying. What is she doing wrong, though? You don't got to like everybody, but
I got a question for you.
That shit is fun to watch.
Who else is there left that she can fight?
Right.
There's nobody. There's nothing there. Nothing. It's a wasteland. I mean, she can go back and revisit some do some rematches. That's about it.
Yeah, Savannah. Yeah, Savannah. I always like that rematch in the States. I'm always be an advocate for Shadeja Green getting a fight. I think they ordered her in Savannah, if I'm not mistaken. So I got to reach out there and ask her about that because that's a great fight for her.
And that's what I'm saying is it's a not saying it's boxing, but unfortunately for her, there's just nobody out there for her to fight. She don't have enough opponents. Yeah, like she can't fight every 6 months because there ain't nobody. Especially she moved up to heavyweight. Now she's 185, 190 pounds. She definitely ain't getting no work now.
Impressive to me. Like she done skated through as many weight classes as she could. You get what I'm saying? She conquering them shit. She #1 wherever she lay her hat. That's her home. You get me? So much history surrounding her, and that I'm just coming from a guy that appreciates her. Where's all the negativity coming from? That's where I'm at with it. Yeah, you could criticize her. That's cool. You ain't gotta love everything she's saying. I don't want to hear her calling out men either. But that's not enough for me to down talk her and not highlight what she actually is and what she represents. That's all I'm getting at. And people have become comfortable because the internet is involved, comfortable like going at these women. And it's nasty, bro. It's like, what are y'all doing? Y'all grown men going at these women. And I'm like, this one out of all of them, like, again, if you look at the way she actually moves, let's put aside the personal shit. Let's just the boxer. She getting in there and kicking ass, bro. She running right to the smoke, fighting experience when she been there. First fight was Franchon. Franchon is a dog right now, whether you like the way she fight or not. But it's just an example of what type of fighter she is. And she always done it the right way. And I just don't see enough there to not be able to appreciate her. Or why is it always like, let's pick one and the rest of them got to go kind of mentality? No, I like all these women because they all doing their thing, man. And I know that might be the corny route because it ain't enough drama. But nah, if they can't fight, lay it off Claressa, lead a slander somewhere else. Criticism, have at it. But that slander and trying to downplay what she really stand for is weak. Is weak. She's special, man. You ain't seen an undefeated combat athlete. Combat. That shit is different. Special, man. Special.
Hey, I heard I've been hearing some rumblings, man, and I think your partner about to get that fight. It's what I've been hearing, Just.
Which one?
I think Shadeja about to get that fight, bro.
Oh,
I really do.
Against
no.
Savannah, yeah. I'm gonna reach out.
Find out. No, not against Savannah.
Oh, you talking about?
She's gonna get that fight with Claressa.
I'm gonna tell you. She gonna get cooked. She gonna get cooked.
Yeah, but I think she gonna get the fight. But she'll get the fight. That's the thing. That's the whole thing.
Because she looked terrible against Franchon. Since Franchon, I said, and Franchon. I mean, I hate.
But you know this as a boxer, as a coach, as a boxing trainer, you know this. It ain't about winning or losing. It's about getting the fight. Just get in there.
Yeah, she gonna.
Anything can happen once you get in there.
No doubt about it.
Big Supreme, shout out to you. Appreciate you getting the goofy out of here. I ain't going for no Claressa Shields slander. Now, and I don't even argue with people, but you'll get one today. Y'all weird. Y'all grown men and some suckers. Y'all ain't got no reason to dislike the girl. With your personal feelings, I could care less about. We talking about boxing. How could she fight? How could you knock that? That's all I'm saying, man. Y'all weird, man. Take this shit too personal. Y'all ain't gonna ruin the sport for me. I know what special is when I'm seeing it. That shit is extremely genuine what she doing, man. You ain't gonna love everything nobody do. That's not, you get what I'm saying? Ain't none of these people perfect, but that ain't even a conversation. Her damn boxing record is.
hey, Jeff, let me kind of chime in. The difference between Claressa Shields and a lot of her guys, people that she fight, she been doing it since she was a kid. A lot of these girls just jumping in, they went and played college basketball, and now, the basketball career is over, let me start boxing. She's light years above them. And you go back and look at a lot of those fights, Layla Ali, Joe Frazier, daughter, them girls can fight, man. They were not good fighters, man. They had horrible technique. They fought like girls. I mean, quote unquote, they windmilling, wild shot, no skill. You know what I'm saying? Just look abysmal, balance all off. I mean, Claressa has actually fight like a skilled fighter. And that's why she's light years ahead of these girls. You just can't go to college, stop playing basketball, and then train for 2 years and then hop in. Because literally, it ain't gonna work. You're gonna get cooked.
Right.
And that's doing too long.
What I'm saying. She been on it. I'm glad you highlighted that. Yeah, she has been doing it for a long time. And maybe that is the reason why she ahead of these women. She take it serious. Like when I first seen her fight First thing I seen was, God damn, that's one of the most passionate people I ever seen fight. You know she won it bad. How could you knock that? The mentality as a fighter, that the shit she doing for boxing is far more, you know, it stands out to me than any little personal character flaw, like, you know, calling out the men. I ain't no fan of that, right? But that confidence, I get it. You in a male-dominated sport, bro. You got to fight tooth and nail for everything you got, every little bit of respect. They still trying to question who the GOAT is, like you ain't trademarking and put your money behind it and
Just
everything.
you gotta be honest though. You gotta be honest though. When she's calling out Keith Thurman and Triple G, that shit is just funny, bro. It's hilarious. It's
it
funny.
ain't enough to be that mad at her. That's how I look at it. Show. I'm like, damn,
no, it's funny. You know, goddamn well she can't beat. You know, goddamn well she can't beat no fucking Keith Thurman. You know that.
But the thing is, she really think she convinced herself that she could though. I think she really believes it. I think she believes it.
Well, get your ass in there and get beat up. Get your ass in there and get beat up.
Hell nah.
She'll have a hard time. She'll have a hard time beating Stephen Fulton. She would have a very hard time beating Stephen Fulton, bro.
Yeah, right.
She can't beat him.
Right, nah.
She can't beat him,
bro.
Come on, man. Stop it.
I had to come here today, pick my born day to give the queen a just due, man. That's all. And notice, I ain't shit on nobody. I just a little annoyed with Christie Martin dishonesty because I know it when I hear it. Like if Katie Taylor traded shoes and that was Katie Taylor's career, and somebody asked you, was she the GOAT? You would say yes. I know how y'all feel about Katie. I seen you take pictures, you spoke to her, you congratulated her. I go to her fights, but it's like this weird ass beef, like Claressa against the world, all because she confident like that. And I'm telling y'all, that's not enough. She's supposed to be like that, bro. It's boxing. You get me? But she done been cool. Like she show love. Have you ever seen her out in person? She's so genuine, bro. She's not no superstar, stuck-up person. She taking pictures. I'm watching the same person run back to her and take multiple pictures. And she's stopping, taking time out of her day. She's standing up, making time for the fans, talking to people, doing little interviews on the spot. Like, it's so much more than that aggression when she in fight mode that people be talking about. Like, she a real person outside of that, bro. And she genuine and approachable. You can't say that about everybody, bro. Your favorite fighter, some of y'all probably can't even get near them, whoever they are. But her, she just different, bro. And then she gonna get her just due. The slander, I'm not going for it because you can't find the evidence in the ring that would suggest that she deserved to be shitted on, is what I'm saying. You could criticize her. She not above it. Cool, go at it. But nah, the shit that I've been seeing, and it been men, and y'all some suckers. And I mean it for every man that you go at Claressa, you's a sucker to me. Straight like that. I don't care if she calling out, man. That shouldn't make you that mad. It's like some of y'all men insecure, bro. Y'all looking for a reason not to like her, not to support her. Like I said, if you taking time out of your day to call a show the shit on her accomplishments, you are weird. That's where y'all are at. That's not keeping it real. That's not even, you're not even a real supporter of the sport. How could you, let's say the movie was a failure. How would that be something for you to celebrate? You a sucker. That's dope. She in her active career and they decided to make a damn movie about her. Should tell you something, man. That shit is different, man. She had a hell of a story, hell of a grind, man. And again, I just don't think people paid attention to the actual come up and what kind of birth that energy and attitude that she got. That shit didn't just come from nowhere, bro. Telling you, man, you don't get nothing. You don't get she's still fighting for the respect she deserves. And she's proving it. And they still trying to question it. That should tell people something. So yeah, man, nah, I'm rocking. I'm 100%, 1,000,000% on board with Claressa. I'm rocking with. I see the good. We appreciate you, Big Supreme. Get him. Yeah, Claressa is trash. Yeah, that'll be about your last comment. Go make another account. Shout out to Rose. Appreciate you, bro. Shout out to you. He says you stop, cool boy. You stupid. Big Dog Willie. That's all. It's just about giving her credit. And again, it's only one real deal, and that's Amanda Serrano. And nobody should have an issue saying that. She's special in her own right. She got a lot of accomplishments that you can't ignore. She got a lot of knockouts for females. A lot to like about her too. But I ain't about to be fooled. I don't interject myself in their personal back and forths. I don't care for that. But I see what the media trying to do, and I'm on it. I ain't rocking with it. Big channel, little channel, I don't care who listening. I ain't rocking with the shit that I see that I know is foul. Like they ain't giving that girl her respect that she deserves. Right, Talib, what it do, homie? Who's that? Scooter Beast?
What's up, Just Dude? What's happening?
What's good, big dog? How you feeling?
Man, I just got to speak on this. Do you remember when that white girl, what's her name, Ronda Rousey, was calling out Floyd Mayweather?
Mm-hmm.
Did anybody complain about that?
No.
And remember people were saying she can beat up Floyd Mayweather? Do you remember people were saying that?
Yeah.
Did anybody complain about that?
Nope.
So
appreciate you getting the goofies out of here. Yeah, I sent for Claressa. If I'm simping, tell me what I said that ain't a fact. I just saw her accomplishments. Tell me where I'm lying at.
Man, these clowns. Mm-hmm. Anyway, and then she's. I'm gonna say this for real. She has better skill than everybody in women's boxing right now. She has better defense. She only thing she don't have is what people say is power, but she hit those better combinations. She has better offense. She can punch from any angle. I mean, what's going on with these people?
Thing is a lie. We seen how she dropped a big ass.
I mean, I'm just talking about like that crushing power. Like, yeah, but you know what I'm saying. But it doesn't matter. Only person, only one that little girl that just that little woman who just retired, little cute Spanish girl. That's the only one. Super bad. That's the only chick that can really fuck with her. But she was like 110, 105. So, I mean, I don't understand. Alicia Bumgarner would get beat down if Chris was her weight. Eddie Taylor, all those guys would get beat down if they're her weight. It wouldn't even be close. It wouldn't be close.
Nope. Dog walks.
So I don't understand how these people are just hating on the sister. And I think a lot of it because, like you said, she's a black female, dark skinned, and they just want to talk shit about her because she's that female and she talks shit. That's some shit that she talks too much and man, let her
soft ass shit. It really is. Mm-hmm.
Who cares? I know hella people who talk too much.
All right. Shout out to Mia Killer B, Mia Alice, man, Coach Kenny daughter, man, for pulling through that win with a dislocated shoulder. That was crazy.
Oh yeah, salute.
That was crazy to see, yo. That was crazy. I seen the clip. I was like, wow. He bit down with a dislocated shoulder and still got the win. Shout out to her. Shout out to Coach Kenny too, man.
So I don't know, Justin. I don't know. It's going to ask you a quick question. Mm-hmm. So what's she supposed to do now?
Who that? Claressa?
Yeah, what's she supposed to do?
Yeah. She got to me, it's a couple fights. I wouldn't mind her rematch in Savannah. I'm always, like I said, I'm always an advocate for Shadeja Green getting an opportunity. That's my girl right there. But outside of that, it's not a lot, bro. They'll find somebody, but it ain't a lot. I think she coming back soon.
How many undisputeds do she have? 4?
3.
3?
3. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Leave her alone, man.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, what? Like, how are you doing this? How is it hard to give her the credit that she's earned? That's all I'm saying. Like, yeah, it's crazy. And I know these, like, some of y'all is like kids with the simping comment. I have no problem. I will have this conversation anytime I speak about her because it's all facts. And that's what's wrong with boxing. It's almost made y'all, it's conditioned y'all to feel comfortable going at her in a way that it don't make sense for men to talk to it. Like, how is she the problem?
I bet you she's more accomplished than their favorite fighters. I bet you money that.
Yeah, y'all insecure, yo. She makes some of y'all men uncomfortable, bro.
I don't know why.
Because she's confident and she got hands.
And she got hands. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is.
Some of y'all. I love Claressa Shields, bro. I support her. I stand with her. And look, I'll make this clear. I don't have anything to do with none of the personal women's beefs in boxing. I hope they all get on the same page and make some money together. I'm not a fan. I'm not a part of none of that. That's not my fight. But anytime I see these women, especially the women that put on, all the ones that I spoke of today, every woman, I see any of them getting shitted on, I'm going to have something to say about it. You get what I'm saying? So I had this conversation without shitting on nobody. Yeah, I critique Katie Taylor because they try to dim. That's one of the people that they use to try to dim the light of Claressa's too. Like,
you know why that? You know why?
Is great. She is. There's no denying it. Yes, she is great. It's not.
She's a good fighter. Yeah,
but she ain't Claressa. That shit is.
Nope, she's not.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't like that. They don't want to hear that.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy. The truth hurts. Look at the proof is in the pudding. One of the things, like, if they switch careers, they would be saying the same thing we saying, big dog. If they could switch careers, They be making the same case that I'm making up here. That's all. Come on, man. How y'all men feel comfortable hating on a successful female boxer, combat athlete? You talking about simping? You talking about a person that ain't never really officially lost in the ring, or amateur or pro? The only loss is a robbery, a clear robbery. If you watch the fight, then you know better. Savannah Marshall never beat her, so she'll really be what, 78-0 as an amateur with 2 gold medals, and then 16-0 as a professional.
2 gold medals,
undisputed, 5-time champion. You
2 gold medals, 5-time champion, and man, that's there's no dude doing that right now. And the people, somebody said that the competition is not there. It will never be there because she beats everybody's ass. And I wish she was 130. I wish she was 130, 135, so she can go down and beat their ass too.
Yeah, she's so special, big dog, that they built Savannah Marshall professional career off of amateur robbery. All the way up until they met and people got to see what it really was. Come on, man.
And she got dog walked. How many rounds did Savannah Marshall even win?
Chased her to the UK. I don't think people get that. She didn't have to do that. She said, that's how confident she is. You talking about betting on yourself. Remember how we always say fighters need to do that? The way she moves is how you wish your favorite male fighter would move.
She goes for all the smoke. She don't turn nobody down.
She is the smoke. You get me? And still chasing it. Come on, man.
Now, that's why I don't understand. They're doing things that no other boxer, men boxer, is doing right now. None of them. Not even my favorite fighter is not doing it like she is.
Nope. That's just special, man.
Yeah, I don't like this hating on women boxing, on women like that.
If you a man and you hating on Claressa, you a buster to me. I see y'all typing in the chat. The facts are the facts, dude. You know what I mean? The facts are the facts. Let that sink in. 3-time undisputed world champion. First ever. Let that sink in. 5-division world champion. Let that sink. 2-time Olympic gold medals. Let that sink. Look at the pro record. 16-0. She did this shit in 16 fights. I know y'all sick. Probably punch in the air. Defeated multiple world champions. Whoa. Greatest woman of all time. That's what y'all hate. Shit don't change nothing.
I think about it. They can't argue it.
And she'll beat your girl up.
Yeah. And she might beat your ass too.
I'll probably beat you and your girl up same night. Hating on Claressa Shields is nasty work. Dude, what's good, cuz? How you feeling? Hating on Claressa.
Yeah, I don't get that, man. I don't get that, man. I really don't get that.
On like, yeah, you got him. You got him, bro. You got him.
And that's why I support Claressa Shields even more, because yeah. And what talking about? She can't find the 90s. She can fight in any decade. What Christy Martin talking about? She can fight in any decade. What's she talking about? And I bet you money, yeah. And like you said, I bet you if she went back down there, she'll beat Christy Martin's ass.
Right. Yeah. That's a good point, Tony. They do have an outdated way of thinking. They do. You're right. That's a good point, Tony. They do.
About what? Oh, talking about
the women that don't like her because they can't beat her. It's that simple. Like who cares? I don't care about. That's the thing about. That's what's wrong with boxing now. Y'all think because you feel a way personally about somebody that you don't know, that you get to dismiss everything she stands for. It don't matter. She's still one of the absolute. She a generational talent, bro.
Yeah, I don't know how people can't see that. I don't know how
they see it. Go cry in the car. That's why I keep creating new accounts.
Is that what they're doing?
To talk crazy.
Man, that's old.
To talk crazy about Claressa, and y'all telling me I'm bugging for coming up here, giving this woman her just due on my born day. Yeah, nah, you tripping. I'm glad.
Happy birthday! I didn't even know. Happy birthday.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, man, that's crazy work. Like you said, that's nasty work. That's not even. And is the thing about it? I understand the women, but for the dudes to do it, that's
what I'm saying. Notice I ain't say nothing about the women. The women can handle women, right? But y'all dudes are some busters. That's some suckers. I
That's some bitch made
I ain't
shit.
go at Alicia Baumgardner. She ain't bad. I just don't feel like none of them women could beat her. You know what I mean? If they was the same size, I feel like they'd lose. And I think they know that too. But they're using her as a pawn in all of this to try to like wage war. Yeah, I don't need MVP. And then they got her with the funny picture. And Carolyn Dubois called it out. And they are on some Jim Crow shit. I see what they doing. That's nasty. And people trying to ignore it. That's why Carolyn Dubois said it's disappointing how people are not covering this. And they're trying to act like this stuff is not going on. They're literally being racist towards the woman, all for being confident and accomplished. That's
what I'm saying.
Feelings like I really, man, I ain't going to trip out.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I was about to crash for a second. I was about to say some shit. Look, I ain't rocking with no man slandering Claressa Shields at all. Nobody. I ain't rocking with it. I ain't tolerating that. I ain't rocking with it. She don't deserve it. Either support her or don't. If you don't support her, cool, but don't. You have no argument, no leg to stand on if you're trying to say she ain't a generational talent and one of the absolute best combat athletes that you've seen in all of sports. Like, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna keep hitting on the point. Undefeated as an amateur and professional. You know what I mean? Of course, they gave her the one loss, but we all know, like I said, that was fake. So y'all chew on that. Go cry, go punch the air, and be mad. Shout out to TD Sports Talk. Say happy birthday, bro. I appreciate the love, homie.
Yeah, man.
We ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
What you said?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna get off of here, but man, that just hate, man. It's sad too, because when it's already bad enough when you do it to the dudes, but when you get to the females, it's just sad. They're trying to grow their sport, and she's the right woman to do it, but they're hating on her.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
I'm rocking with the ladies, man. If you not, you weird. You weird, bro. If you don't support women boxing, you weird.
There's some good fighters in women's boxing. There's some really good fighters, but
great fighters in women's boxing. I promise you.
And the best one they have, they're giving the most shit to. Whatever, man. Whatever.
You get me? Come on, man.
Whatever. All right, man.
I ain't supposed to say nothing.
I'm not feeling that.
I'm supposed to just ignore it because it ain't the popular topic. I don't give a damn. I'm gonna make it one. We stand with Claressa. Y'all wilding. Y'all bugging. And I mean it. Calling all of y'all some suckers. I ain't got no reason to hate. Talking about that. I don't like her personally. I can't stand her. I don't like that. Don't even say that to me. Because you don't know her to not be able to stand her. You know what I'm saying? You don't know her.
I don't like Tom Brady.
Ain't on TV crying like a little girl.
I don't like Tom Brady at all, but what does he do?
Man.
I don't like him, but he's that guy. So I mean, what do you want me to do? Only can hate. So you only can hate for so long. But I'm gonna get off of here, man.
You all good, big dog.
All right, happy birthday, man. Celebrate it.
As always, bro.
All right, man.
All right. You said she won't ever say hi to me? Destiny, you a damn lie. She already spoke. She spoke to me and my girl when we was at a fight. See? See how quick see how quick that see how quick that just went to shit. The quote. That's why I say she a good good-hearted person. She spoke at the fight. Like I said, I watched her take pictures, multiple pictures with the same person. They'd walk away, go look at their picture, be happy, come back, ask for another one. I watched her do this for a minute. She was doing that for a minute. She couldn't even sit in her seat because people was running down on her, interviewing her on the spot. So yeah, like I said, I'm gonna reiterate my point before we do get off here. Shout out to everybody for the birthday love. Like I said, man, much love to y'all. I appreciate it. But Claressa Shields is the GOAT, man. And it's okay to admit to that. She made the GOAT a thing. You ain't gotta actually believe that she the greatest woman of all time. Cause I know if you're a woman, and especially in her weight class, you feel like that might be you, and that's okay. But in terms of trying to knock her like she ain't one of the pioneers of the game, and she ain't really changed the way people look at women's boxing, Like, she really walking history, and it's just no way to argue that. It's no way to like take away from it. And that doesn't make her being a GOAT or her being great in her own right, and knowing it doesn't make Katie Taylor any less great, doesn't make Amanda Serrano any less great. You get what I'm saying? That's don't be fooled, bro. That like the fact that they can't even fight each other, and it's almost like a back and forth media, like trying to post and manipulate and influence a beef that's not even there, is nasty work, bro. And they should all be able to coexist because they're all responsible in one way, shape, or form for why women's boxing is what it is today. I think she spearheaded it all, right, with the accolades and the history and just the way she hit the scene, right? But you got the Katie Taylors, like, look what she did for boxing where she's from, right? She changed it, the way they look at it, because the level of success that she had, that can't be denied. There's no way, and it shouldn't be. And Amanda Serrano, like, how many divisions is she a champion in? You get what I'm saying? Like, how could you look at that? She got more knockouts than a lot of these women gonna have fights when their career is over. That's special. If you look at women's boxing, they don't get knockouts the way Amanda Serrano get knockouts. You get what I'm saying? Even though they might have slowed down with, obviously her stepping up in competition or her getting a bit older, but she's still special. And if anybody telling you she not, then they're not watching and they hate. You get me? But I don't like the fake media beef with, the women trying to put them against each other, like I keep saying, because they could all coexist together. It's more than possible, and they can still make money. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to fight each other because they too many weight classes apart. And like I said, man, just to see, it shouldn't be an MVP situation versus Claressa. It shouldn't be that. It should be MVP versus, any other promotional company, because they doing their numbers out there. They doing really well for the women too. Kind of Loco TV, my guy. What's good with it, Conor? How you feeling? And man, what it do, homie? How you feeling, bro? Appreciate you, fam. Much love. Shout out to the man. GOAT. It's cool in person. And speak for everyone, y'all. I can read her twice. She is, bro. Shout out to Ace, man, my homie. My homie. Another reason they also don't get Claressa respect she deserves, because most people feel women's boxing is boring without knockouts. I mean, to a degree, but shit, women be getting knockouts. Like I said, if you watch Amanda Serrano throughout her career, she's smoking shit. She's been smoking women. I mean, shit, we always had Ann Wolf. Ann Wolf got one of the viral knockouts. Check it out real quick.
How many people were scared of her and did not really fight her? Oh, big right hand! One punch! That is it!
Forget, that was a woman. That was an undefeated Vonda Ward. She was about 6'5", and she knocked her out. You know what I'm saying? So it was a shout out to my dog. Zoom Verse was good with it, bro. He said he came in with the Tommy gun. Yeah, I see them little weirdos keep creating accounts. Y'all just giving me views. Hit the like button too, haters. All that because y'all don't like Claressa. Stopping her opponent. Yeah, shout out to Gabriella Fundora, because she a hell of a fighter. She's another one. She fun to watch. She just made her opponent quit in her last fight. She made an undefeated fighter quit. She said, no mas. No mas. No mas. No mas. Hey, you don't gotta like Claressa. You probably don't even like women. Shout out to my dog Conor though, man. But I'm glad I came here to have this conversation with y'all today, man. This was a good one, man. Claressa does definitely deserve her flowers, and she gonna get them. Let me get this down. Oh, and lastly, before we get out of here too, this is something else that I'm hearing is brewing in the mix too. Shockey and Oshaquie Foster. Oh shit, my bad, Thomas. Damn. I just seen you. My bad, Thomas Hill. I'm about to say Shock Foster and Steve Fulton, man. If this get agreed on, if they make this fight, if they put it on the Tank Davis and Roach rematch, this is what we need right here. We need this fight. It's a good one. They've been talking about it for a while. I think both guys is with it. They saying it's being finalized or something. So let's see if they give it. They see if they give us this. Nah, they won't. They won't click that link. My bad, Thomas. I had seen you at the last second, bro. I'll send you back there. Ain't gonna click that link. Those dudes probably like early 20s, maybe teenagers, possibly, because men don't even speak that way. Men wouldn't even waste their time, not no real ones. You know what I mean? Mad about a woman getting her credit that she deserved. You know what I'm saying? She deserve everything she get as far as the credit. Wow, she worked for it, bro. She worked for it. She even went down and to get smoked down there, and then moved all the way up to where she at now, which is considered heavyweight for women. And she's been super dominant in every weight class, and it's not even close. You won't see that for a very long time. I'm pretty sure. Be a long time to see the way she's done it. It'll be a very long time before somebody did that. I gotta ask, hey Conor, is that really you? I gotta ask, is that my guy? Yeah, that's him.
My bad, man. I'm over here laying down, man. I'm over here on my iPad. I like, man, let me click on it. I know I ain't on my computer, but you know,
good.
I seen this open panel. I'm like, where this open panel at? I don't see the link. And as soon as that thought came in my mind, you dropped the link.
I meant to pin it too.
Hey, man, I don't understand why they hate her so much, man. To be honest with you, man, because the reality of the fact is they go at her hard. What do they expect her to do? Stay silent? You know, that's my whole thing with it, man. You know, if somebody's bothering you, you gonna allow them to keep talking about you, keep stepping on you, keep blasting your name, and hey, go ahead and hit me. I ain't gonna hit back. Come on, bro.
Shout out to Thrill Hill.
You know, that's my whole thing with it, man. What the heck? Where's this chat at? Yeah, I got to make sure I'm looking at the chat too. Okay, so just because Destiny a woman and she didn't like her, what's that got to do with it, man? Women actually hate women more than men do. So what's that proving? You know what I'm saying?
You know, I ain't blocked nobody. my fam gonna get y'all if y'all being disrespectful. They gonna see it before me. I don't even be thinking about y'all. I don't even be caring, because I've learned, like, I've been here too long to like care. You know
I just time them out, man. I don't block them. I just time them out just to sit them down for a little bit, or force them to go in under another account and get you another view.
Y'all time them out to oblivion.
Yeah.
It's crazy men coming in here, fake men, because y'all really ain't no men.
Man, I know this your show and all that, man. But I meant to ask you, man, because I kind of like appreciate your feedback and stuff like that, man. What was your thoughts on what I said about Shakur yesterday? Was it yesterday or the day before? I can't remember.
I think it was the day before.
Yeah.
I think the day before. But nah, you spot on though. You know how to be fair, man. You get fair criticism. Like, if he was somewhere listening to what you were saying, he'll have to respect that. The only other way, like, that would just mean he's sensitive, and I don't think he like that. That's real constructive criticism. Like, you deliver your criticism like a man's supposed to. Like, you talk like a man should speak if he's talking about somebody, right? Not like you just up there tearing into him. I've never heard you do that ever. I ain't heard you do that with no fighter though. Like, tear him down. I've never heard you do it. So that criticism is real, it's fair, and it's genuine. People need to hear it, because sometimes they think because you support a guy that you won't criticize him. But
I still say I pick him over the field though.
Me too. I'm picking him over everybody, and I'm more vocal about that now because of the slander. It's forced me to just say, "Oh nah, I'm done." If y'all know how good he is, if it wasn't the case, he make the topic of so many YouTube panels and live streams. I ain't never seen it, so gotta be something. Y'all talking about that young man that much, but nah.
Yeah. Only thing that bothered me really, really bad, man, the other day. And I guess because he's my homie too, though, so I take it a little extra personal, was the way they were slandering Charles Conwell, because I understand that when the fight is over, you know, and you don't look your best, I understand there's going to be constructive criticism and people that break down film and all that other good stuff. And I'm always cool with that because that's constructive criticism.
Right.
They took that shit to another level. Like, man, we don't ever want to see Charles Conwell ever fight again. I hope he dies. And this
I got a video of the Golden Boy hype job exposed. I gotta make because that's what I'm hearing, and I gotta give him his just due. People gonna learn sooner than later, bro, what I'm here for. And I do this for boxing and any fighter. And I like that dude. In the minute he lost, now he a hype job and he's just a product of careful matchmaking and he's an average fighter and he's not that good. Nah, I'm not going for it. I'm not going for it, bro. We're not doing that. And I can't stand these fans. I've been meaning to make that video, but I know right looking at it, you'll think I'm calling them that. Nah, I know how to get you to click it. All right, this is what y'all calling them. I'm using y'all words, but I'm gonna make it make sense. Because if that's what a hype job look like, man, I'm concerned for the state of boxing moving forward. As far as the fans, if that's what I think, like, you know what I think? Like, level with me. I wanted to ask you something because that is somebody you rock with, right?
He's my homie, man. Like we talk that daily.
Right.
I talk to him after the fight.
They kept talking about how often he been fighting, right? And I know that's usually a good thing. Do you yourself, because I thought that it could be a chance, maybe he was fighting. Maybe that was too much because you had it been burnt out some?
Well, the thing about it is, I talk to him daily. Like I said, that's really like a real friend in real life type of person. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when it was coming out with all that, I'm like, man, I talked to this dude right after the fight. I didn't hear him make a single excuse on the phone with me. Y'all over here crucifying him, man. The only thing he told me was like, damn, Conor, that just wasn't me out there today, man. I don't know. I just don't know. I didn't have it that night. I don't know. I couldn't pull the trigger. I just didn't have it that night. I mean, shit.
And that's not no excuse. See, that's somebody accepting accountability. Like, bro, I ain't have it. But that's what I said. Like, it looked like, you know what they'll say, a flat performance because he got a lot more bounce and he a little more active. He a lot more active overall than what I was looking at. And I'm like, maybe he was fighting too much. Because that was your fourth fight. They said, what, a year?
Yes.
That's like prospect level stuff. Am I wrong? He's not a prospect. He in that contender space.
That's his fifth fight in a year. And he will never say that that's too many fights.
I know.
It will never come out of his mouth.
I know. But that's cool because I'm a real one. I could say it for him. I ain't making no excuses. I like to have conversations, bro. And it's perfectly fine. We should be able to say the reasons why you may have felt like he didn't have it that night. With him saying he couldn't pull the trigger, that's very reminiscent of you probably you not responding how you normally do. So you could have been over. You ain't gonna say that because that's the fighter in you, and that's why we gonna respect you for it. But
I honestly,
like me, I'm gonna say it's a possibility. I ain't gotta make the excuse, but it's possible, bro.
Well,
prospects like that often. You get what I'm saying? He ain't getting
like this
pushovers. Name me the pushovers he been fighting. Right?
I think it was a combination, honestly, but that's just me guessing. Like I said, he's not gonna say it, but it could have been a combination of being burnt out of fighting too much and overtraining for the fight.
That's what I'm saying. That because you being so active and you feel like you surging, but it's a balance that you need there. You know what I mean? Because you a dog. He don't get in there and tap dance around. He get in there and fight.
Yeah.
So, and they don't give him just guys that's gonna fall over as soon as he hit him, like he be working. So that's all I'm saying. It's just a real possibility because if you had to look at most people in his position, show me another guy that had that many amount of fights in that shorter time span. It doesn't have to be an excuse. Yeah, you could say he's the better man that night. He didn't make excuses for himself, so I don't have to make them. But it's an observation, honestly.
Right.
Like if I see a guy look a little flat and don't respond the way I know he got better upper body, man, come on. And he still was working through this shit. They want like he got his ass whooped. He just got outpointed. He got out hustled, maybe. Like that's it. That's bounce back from that, bro. And they kept saying it, you know, how many times he fought, and it stuck in my head. And as I'm watching the fight, and I'm thinking to myself, like, hey, it's not a lack of skill. That's not that. You know, the dog question, don't even go there. You know that's not the problem. I was like, maybe it was fighting too often. And at the level you in that contender space, you're not getting exactly guys that you can just blow right out. So that's those grueling training camps. Then you got to get the fight. Your style is violent. He's a violent dude. You get me? So you beating yourself up. Imagine how I'm pretty sure he beat himself up to be able to perform the way he do on fight night. I'm pretty sure of it. So that's all I'm saying. I'm a real sports fan. Like I could look at shit differently than him. He don't need to make no excuse, like I said, but I can make the observation as what I seen. That's the honest one. I ain't taking nothing from the guy he fought. None of that. Dude was experienced. He was a vet. He came to win.
So this dude is saying, dude, you were wrong and look dumb. You know nothing about boxing. I don't know if he's talking to me or if he's talking about that or what.
Yeah, he just talking.
Crazy, man. I talked to Conwell today, man. You know, because like I said, I talk to him regularly, man.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, he said something to me that really stuck to me, man. That I like to want to kind of share it with people, man.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the fact that these boxers hear these things. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They hear these things, man. And he said something to me that, like I said, it stuck to me. He said, man, he said, Conor, this is why I don't be going on all these platforms and shit. That's why I only mess with you, really, man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't be going on all these other platforms because a lot of these dudes are fake.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying that just for Conwell. I'm saying that a lot of other boxers.
Yeah.
That's what they go through in their head when they hear all this stuff out here.
I know. That's why whenever I get a fighter up here, I appreciate them for their time and kind of want to, not so much a disclaimer, but I be wanting them to know right off the bat what kind of person they get. You know what I mean? Like you just talking to somebody that's a supporter. I ain't about to get you up here and say a bunch of weird shit. And I feel like I try to have these conversations as if the fighter was right there listening, right? Like you gonna have your criticisms, but I just don't believe in talking away people talk if I can't do what you do. And it's crazy because Shakur said that shit recently. He don't know how much we think alike in that aspect. It's a reason why I take this approach. I can't get in there and go 6 rounds, 12 rounds, however many rounds. I can't do it. I can't get in there and perform at a elite level in no boxing. So who am I to get up here talking about trash, bum, you this, you? That's lame to me. Everybody got their way though, but that just ain't the way I choose to give it up. I'm not doing it that way.
You know what's crazy, man? You know, and if the dude was talking about me, when I did a post fight about the Conwell fight, I gave him his fair share of criticism in that breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
I did not make an excuse for him.
Yeah.
I told what he didn't do, what he could have did better. I did all of these things, and that's my homeboy.
Mm-hmm.
That's my homie.
Right.
I still gave him his fair criticism.
Right.
Why did you stop going to the body? Why did you go away from the jab? What were you, you know?
Mm-hmm.
These are things that had you been able to do, you would have won this fight easy. You didn't.
Yeah.
Now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's still my homie. Now I get it. I get it where my criticism may not come as harsh towards him.
Yeah.
Because he is my friend.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna let you know that is my friend.
Yeah.
But I'm still fair across the board about it. He knows it. Hell, you know how long I've been, man, look, every time Charles, this goes back to when he first started fighting in the pros, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He'll call me or text me and say, hey man, give me my criticism on this fight. This was when he was winning.
Mm-hmm.
Break it down. What could I did better? Where did I fail at?
Mm-hmm.
And I would always, you know, send him that information.
Right.
Fairly.
Right.
That's a fighter that wants to get better and wants to know.
Exactly.
You know, hey, he wants other eyes to see what he might have not seen in there.
Right.
Yes, he's got a trainer. Yes, he's got a corner. But after the fight, it doesn't hurt to ask another set of eyes.
Right. Right.
So
see?
Let's
That's
not
real.
act like he's, you know, like I would never say anything.
Right. Nah, that's real, man. That's real, man. That's somebody that really do, like you say, want to get better. You could tell he coachable and he ain't super sensitive, man. If you can't take constructive criticism, then you in trouble. But like I said, for us as content creators, and I'm gonna just call it what it is. Most of you dudes out of shape. Y'all not in no type of fighting shape. And y'all be up here talking crazy about these fighters, and not just so much the content creators, just random fans. Like, why do y'all find it so comfortable?
Let me ask a fair question, just dude. Let me ask a fair question, man. Had Muhammad Ali stopped boxing after he lost his first fight, would we have got the Muhammad Ali we got?
No.
That's my point right there, man.
Bernard Hopkins too.
Bernard Hopkins.
Another one, yeah.
You know, like, bro. Sometimes that's what kind of pulls a fighter, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's what it takes for them to put that chip on their shoulder the size of a boulder. You know what I mean?
Right.
Sometimes they need that kickstart, man.
I guarantee
It may not be the most ideal way, but shit.
Guaranteed he'll be motivated from this loss.
Oh, bro.
That ain't the kind of loss that you be somewhere in the corner pouting. You like, man, I know I can't wait to get back in there. I know it. But I hope he take a little break, some type of break and get back to it. I'm still rocking with him, win, lose, or draw. I still got to get that video out because I done been made a whole thumbnail to it and everything. I just didn't like what I was hearing. And it's like, I can't remember the last time a fighter lost without being set, exposed.
They act like he got washed 12-0 or something.
Yeah. It's like, bro, if that's exposed, like what, y'all don't know boxing. This is what crazy, man. I gotta make that video for him because he gotta give him his just. That's really what I'm here for. And I'm gonna keep fighting this fight. I don't care who don't like it, bro. Boxing need people that just appreciate it and not just want to shit on it. And I'm telling you, it's too many people that's out of shape talking crazy. You can't get in there and do better. I'm not getting up here talking about who's a bum, who's trash, who's a hype job, who got exposed. Fights are meant to be won or lost. That's it. And sometimes you're gonna take an L, but it's how you.
We got two Mr. Oxygen Man in here because I'm an oxygen man myself, and I'm gonna have to cut you off. You know how I do, but I talk about you, but I be running my mouth too, bro.
We all do it.
But what I was gonna say was, man, and I told him this on the phone today, right? I was like, hey, man, this might be a blessing in disguise, man, because nobody wanted to fight you. Now they might want to fight you because they think you're food.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna let Thomas Hill talk, man, because he's been sitting there waiting. My bad, Thomas. My bad.
Oh no, it's never your bad, bro. You was cooking,
man. I like talking with like-minded people, man. What's good?
You was cooking, bro. I cannot disagree with. In fact, speaking to the guy that you said might have been talking to you today, Just Do birthday, man. Happy birthday to my guy, Just Do.
Oh yeah. Happy birthday.
Shout out KO. It's his birthday too. That's my dog from the other side of Texas. When you have birthdays, anybody remember that movie? Not movie, but the comedy skit in Living Color?
Yeah.
You remember when they did the skit with the birthday guy? Who was it? It was Tommy. No, not Tommy, but Homie the Clown. Anytime you have a birthday and you need your celebration right, you got to invite the clowns, dog. And the clowns came in full effect today. They celebrated for my boy Just Do. So shout out to you. Hit the like button.
You
know what I'm saying? The Cash App. Your services are very much appreciated. That being said, man,
I really wanted to come here for Claressa. That's why what really got me here. Conor Benn and them was just the plus. The Claressa thing was on my mind the most. That's what I had the most smoke for, and I still do.
Even regards to her.
I still do. I don't like her personally. Next one of y'all say that, man, I'm telling you, I got to get in touch with somebody. They got to create the cyber smack or punch. I got to be able to reach one of y'all through cyberly. I got to. Next one of y'all men tell me how y'all don't like her personally and you don't know her personally. I'm really going to be annoyed at it. I hate that.
That's wild.
I know what y'all I know what y'all getting at. I already know. I know what y'all don't like. Yeah. We love her though. I'm telling you. This is for women. All the women in boxing. Amanda Serrano, we love her too. Katie
my
Taylor,
man Tupac.
We like her too. The Bumgardner, we love her too. Shadeja Green is my girl. All these women putting on. That's my stance. I don't pick no sides. I might pick a winner, you know what I mean? But I don't pick no sides when it comes to boxing, bro. That's it. I mean, these women all special to me. I like seeing them all do their thing.
Tupac said in the lyric, you don't have to bump it, but please respect it. You ain't got to rock with it.
Nope.
But as both of you just said, none of us, for the most part, even the some of us that are in shape, can get in that ring and do what they do. It's a difference between being in shape and then being in boxing shape. And then it's a difference between calling somebody a bum and then getting in that ring and showing that they're a bum.
Yeah, I just don't believe that shit. Like the boxing fans get on my nerves. That's why I keep saying I fight the good fight. The good fight is just staying consistent with my message and letting these fighters that I do get a chance to talk to know that there's somebody out here that really watch this sport. I think the right kind of way. Like it's okay to criticize and have your opinion, but I think we've become too comfortable going way too left or way too far to the right. And I just don't think that's how men should carry it. Like, and it's coming from people, some that be older than me, and it's disappointing. It's like, bro, if you run back your live stream and listen to that shit and see how negative you are about some of the best talents in the sport, it's so fucking weird, yo. I don't like some of y'all. I don't. How y'all make this shit personal with these fighters to the point where you're willing to irresponsibly dissect what their finances is like online, and you don't have the slightest idea what you're talking about. Some of y'all almost made, that's why I've toned it down a bit, like just being careful what I listen to. Because I'm like, certain people, when it comes to a certain fighter, I can no longer listen to anything they have to say pertaining to certain individual, because it's all like super negative. I can't do it. That's not reality. You know what I'm saying? And I don't see how people can waste so much of their time going so hard to try to disprove a very talented fighter.
Man, bro, you just said a whole mouthful right there.
Claressa, and it's like, yo, y'all disgust me, man.
When you talk about the money aspect of it, man, you know I'm a manager. You know I done been in the damn negotiating table and seen all kind of contracts and all that. And when people try to argue with me about that, I say, yeah, this argument is over. Yeah, this argument's over, bro. You ain't never seen it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about?
And you got personal experience.
Yes.
Like hands on, boots to the ground, inside. You know, you've been a part of these situations, and somebody that's never been will try to tell you. How?
Bro, you've seen it happen. Just do I give up?
Yeah, I'd be like,
let me wave the white flag, man. I'm not gonna win this one, even though I know I'm
right. I love to get the game, bro. I love somebody that know more about something than I do, and they choose to come up here and put me on game.
Well, as I was telling them the other day, man, I was on my stream. I think it was yesterday, or the day before. I can't remember, man. But I was like, hey, man, you got to be careful when you say a fighter didn't take a fight, because sometimes the manager don't tell the boxer that the offer was even on the table if they don't like the offer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That information might not get to him.
Right.
And he'll find out about it through social media. Be like, yo, why you ain't tell me about this?
Right.
I'm looking at they out here talking crazy about me. They ain't even know about it.
Right.
You know, I don't know, man. It's
shout out to the boxing source.
Crazy to me, bro.
You're right, bro. Shit is ridiculous. That's why I'm trying my best to like eradicate the word duck. I know that's a hell of a fight, because that's just the popular thing, but over here I'm gonna always make sense out of it. After being able to be, you know, on a conversation, I mean, on the phone talking to one of these matchmakers and hearing how he break down shit and how he was saying why fights fall out, and not one time through all that conversation did he ever mention a word duck.
Nah, because shit, man, it really, when they say it's a business, it really damn is a business.
Yeah.
It really is. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and I come to the conclusion, bro, after talking to him, that everybody has a price, everything and everybody. And if that money is right, how people be saying, they'll get in there. These dudes are not scared to make money. Y'all really telling me these dudes scared to do what they do and make the money doing it? Just don't make a lot of sense.
Nah, none of them really. I'm gonna tell you, like I told them people, that when I was sitting, when I was at the Admiral Williams fight, I was over there having lunch with the owner of the WBO, a couple of trainers, fighters, and we was having that conversation about scared versus not scared, man. And you know, I was telling them, you know, that nobody's scared. What they're really scared of is the outcome.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're not scared of the fight itself. They're scared of what's this gonna do for my future. You know, I need to make sure I get compensated right, so when I do take that risk, it's worth my time. You know, not that they don't have faith in themselves or that they don't think they can win, but it is boxing. Anything happening there.
Yes. But then now you know what a fan to do, instead of respecting that from another man, letting you know, like, yo, that's my stance, bro. Anything could happen. Yeah, we confident that we could win, but we know this is boxing and anything can happen. So no matter how confident, don't expect us to be so confident that we're stupid in business too. And that's what people be wanting. Then we start breaking down how much these dudes is worth. That's so foolish, bro. How do we think that we have the right to tell another guy what he worth? and ain't been a part of no type of negotiations a day in your life, that shit is it blows my mind. I don't give a damn what they reported his last purse as. I don't care. I don't care if he made 500 in his last fight. I don't care. Like that shit don't have nothing to do with nothing. We telling these dudes how much they worth. It's just nasty, man.
I give you a perfect example.
And I gotta take punishment. You're not gonna tell me what I'm worth sitting at home, and you don't gotta do nothing but talk about this shit.
Yeah,
nah.
I give you a perfect example though. For now, come that came out bad, that you know hurt him. Michael Fox when he got robbed. He got robbed. Do you remember that fight? He got robbed a couple of years ago.
Hell yeah, I remember.
Okay, so he wasn't scared to fight that dude, but look what the outcome happened.
Yeah, yes.
That set him back.
Yes. I think
that's what I mean by anything can happen in boxing. And, you know, that's why they're real hesitant about, you know, making certain deals. It's got to be worth their time.
Yeah. Yeah. Because they know, like, and that's the part. Nah, bet on yourself. Bet on yourself. I said, says the person that don't got to do shit. You don't got to train. You don't got to work out. You don't got to make weight. You don't got to do shit but talk. Yeah, it's easy to say bet on yourself. They're not approaching fights like idiots. They getting in the ring enough is betting on yourself. Now you want me to take less money because you at home want to see a fight. You want me to take less than I feel like I'm worth because you got your calculator and somehow you came to the conclusion that I'm not worth what I'm asking for. People crazy, man. I'm telling you, yo. I really do. Listen,
Maestri. That's a fight. That's the guy that he got robbed with. Maestri. Thanks, Thomas.
Yeah, Gabriel. Was it Gabriel?
That set Michael Fox back, bro. That stunted his growth.
Mm-hmm.
That's
sidelined him like it just threw him off. You know what I'm saying?
Now these are the examples that I'm talking about. There's plenty more, but you know,
fighting Boychuk now.
Well, yeah. After how many years now?
I know. That's what I'm saying. and look who he fighting, a damn killer.
Yep. Yeah,
I hope he wins. Ridiculous. And it's nothing against Boychuk. It's just because he got robbed. I swear I hope he win. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I hope he win.
Yeah, that's my point right there, man. I mean,
I hope he win.
I felt bad for Michael Fox, man, because man, nobody should have to go through that, man.
Yeah.
You clearly win a fight, like unanimous. It was clear in everybody's eyes that he won a unanimous decision, bro. For them to take that from that young man,
they took it from him.
Was just a black eye, bro. That was the two black eyes.
I think that got him following me because I had mentioned that, like in the comments. I think he started following me. My interactions with fighters, I always try to be genuine and let them know, like, I see what you doing. Like, I see you putting in work. I seen you get robbed, bro. I seen this shit in live time. I'm not one of them. You making excuses. No, they robbed you. You don't gotta say it. I'm telling you, I seen it in real time. That shit, and it's frustrating because I really love the boxing. I love to see people get the win that they work for. He worked for it, bro. He boxed his ass off, and then y'all took it. Man, I'm just like, bro, y'all giving people losses.
Yeah, that's another thing, Thomas. You're right, Thomas. That's another thing. And they had the skin gloves that they had to damn, correct on that fight too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they try to cheat him too. They try to cheat him both ways. They still cheated him, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm like, damn, bro. And this is why I say that some of the managers, include myself, I haven't told some fighters shit. I'm like, bro, I don't even take it to them. The fight ain't worth it. Hey, the money ain't right. Ain't none of this shit right. Location is wrong. Everything is wrong. No, we're not gonna do it. I'm not gonna tell them. Why am I gonna waste my time telling the fighters? The fighter's always gonna say, "Let's go."
Yeah.
But the fighter ain't smart. Like not that they're dumb, but they're not smart enough to say no to the fight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They gonna want to scrap. They don't give a damn.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, man. That was just my 2 cents, man. That was a big argument on that table, by the way. Shit, man. I even got into, man. Golly, bro. I ain't tell you about that. I just do, man. I was sitting at that table with all these heavy hitters, man, and Edgar Belanga's father tried to walk up on me.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah. He tried, man. He tried. It didn't go well for him, but he tried.
Yeah, I can already imagine, bro.
I'm like, bro, man. His whole argument, the first thing he said to me when he was walking towards me is, "You can't be talking bad about my son."
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, bro, it is fair and honest and truthful criticism, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You can't take that. You need to walk away from this table. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna stop doing what I do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and well, I'm not gonna get into what all happened, but either way, he left.
Yeah, I fill in some blanks a little bit.
Yeah.
Just the gist of it, like you said, he left.
Yeah, but I don't ever want it to get like that, man. Because if it's constructive criticism, it's constructive criticism.
Yeah.
You should not be that thin skin.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I never heard you go in though. I just heard it at the absolute worst, they can call it tough love. But that shit is genuine. That's the shit you need to hear, not somebody that's gonna tell you something wrong. I'm not hearing you say he trash.
I've never said he was trash. What I did,
I just been making an argument too for
what
him.
I always said was when he was an amateur, because I knew all the coaches he had and trainers he had as an amateur, he was a boxer. When he became pro, started knocking people out, he threw away his boxing skills.
And I could understand falling in love with the knockout because it got you everything you got to this point, got you the notoriety, people paying attention, turning heads. It was viral. You was riding that high. I get it. But I said this, and I always gave that dude constructive criticism because they keep trying to say he a bum. And I've been very adamant that is not a bum. That is, Edgar Berlanga is not an example of what a bum is, bro. I'm sorry. I might not like him. You might not feel like he what people sold him as, but you have to be genuine. If you really want to peel back the layers and talk about it, let's be honest. He has 16 first-round knockouts. How much? I don't give a damn how good you are. How much could you learn when you cleaning people up that fast?
Nothing. And he threw away his boxing skills. And that's all I was saying.
You get me? You fell in love with the knockout. I could understand it. Wilder did. Some saying Tank falling into some of that now too, right? It could happen, bro. I could understand from the outside looking in, bro. That's what's getting you paid. That's what's selling. That's what's getting you opportunities, bro. I would be in love with the knockout too. You got every right, but don't be so, sensitive that you can't respect constructive criticism when it's being given. My criticism for him is I don't feel like he was able to learn as much as it would seem with 16 fights, right? That's not your average 16 fights because they're only ending in the first round or less than 3 minutes, if we're being honest. So that we were able to learn more about him in every fight that he went the distance than any of those 16 first round knockouts. And I seen him as a fighter kind of grow just a bit, right? I seen him rely on the boxing more when he wasn't just getting a couple of guys out of there, when he went on the streak with just getting the decisions, getting knocked down. I appreciate seeing you go through this shit because I know if you stay committed, you can get better. But the average fan, they're going to trash you. I'm not going to trash you.
Dude, I've been building him up. And the best thing he did was he left Rozier and went back to Mark Ferret. Ever since he went back to Mark Ferret, he's had 3 fights with Mark Ferret. I have been nothing but applauding him because I've seen him bringing back his boxing little by little each and every fight.
So I ain't tripping then. If you say you see it, then I know I'm not tripping. I said it too. And I said
that's why I was shocked when his dad walked up to my table with that bullshit. I was shocked. I'm like, bro, what?
See, because they only react the one time that you say something that they feel like ain't right and ignore the hundreds of times that you've given them the right just do on it. That's what people do. And I'm like, I hope that fighters don't be sensitive to that point with me because look, I'll have my criticism. I ain't perfect, but I guarantee you can't find me shitting on people. I'm very consistent with that. You can't find it. So if you're going to trip out over some criticism, I don't know what to tell you. You're not going to like me much, but I'm going to always be fair. And like I said, I stand on it. That kid ain't no bum, man.
I'm the wrong one to walk up on the table. Right. I got a bad temper, bro. I
already know.
I'll just leave it at that, bro. Shit.
I be dog.
I can tell you this: the whole place was looking at that table.
I get it, man. You want to stand tall for you, but you got to understand people gonna have opinions. But I feel like if he ain't getting shitted on, then it shouldn't really be. Even if though, because that's still like it's fair game. It's boxing, bro. But nah, if you listen, I've heard you critique him, bro, and I don't think you ever went too far to the left or right.
Well, just dude, the one thing is I did, even though I kind of sort of flipped I gave him a small pass because I'm like, damn, that's his son, you know?
Yeah.
That's his son. Don't nobody want to hear nobody say nothing bad about
Michael
the
Bay, what
son.
it do, homie?
You know what I'm saying? So I kind of get it, but at the same time, you know, I had to damn near flip the table, you know, because I'm like, nah, bro, hold up, bro, you know? Shit, I'm a grown man. We ain't gonna do this.
Yeah, but at the same token, like, people gotta really listen to what we be saying. Like, you got real people out here that really watch this sport and I think speak on it accordingly.
Thomas, TD Sports Talk. One of his friends was at that table where I was sitting at. Yeah, he heard. Because the Ricardo Figueroa, Cheito's manager, was sitting at that table too. That's who TD Sports Talk actually sent them my way. So and I just happened to be at the restaurant, man. They said, "Hey, Conor," and I was like, "Oh, that's who TD was." Okay, so you know, they recognized me and shit. I ain't know who they were, so but I know TD Sports Talk had sent them to come find me. So they didn't have to look far to find me. But we were sitting at that table, and like I said, the WBO, the owner of the WBO, and a bunch of other people was there too, man. Bro, we was having a good time, bro. Like that shit pissed me off when he came up to the table like that. That really ruined my damn mood. You feel me?
Like I said, man, you know, it's unfortunate that the world has become somewhat sensitive. I blame that on the sensitivity and the fact that real content, like what we put out when we decide to open our mouth on something, is drowned out by an extreme level of like just like troll energy and just like going in on fighters. So when you hear, by the time they get to us, bro, you get what I'm saying? It's like, damn, is he shitting on us too? But that's not even the case. You get me?
I gotta remind him, just do. I'm like, look, I am not a YouTuber. I do this for a hobby. Don't confuse me with the rest of these people on YouTube, because I will break your motherfucking neck out here. You know, hey, listen, bro. And hey, look, I ain't even tooting no horn nut, man. But plenty of times when people that came at me, I have gave them plenty of opportunity and heads up. Like, hey, man, I'm gonna be at Nate Campbell's gym. We got open sparring.
All right.
So if you have any issues with me, we could do this legally. Right. I'll be at Nate Campbell's gym this coming weekend or in the next 2 weeks. This is the address. All you gotta do is sign a waiver. You know, and we can get it on. And I've done that at several gyms. So if they don't show up to them spots, that ain't on me, bro. I'm giving them the opportunity, you know, test the shit out for themselves, you know. That's a fact. If they want to test the waters, I gave them plenty of opportunities. You know, that's all I could do, Thomas. I've given them the option.
That's a fact.
Then one of them said, I'm not going to fight you in the ring. I'm not going to fight you in the ring. You got the upper hand there. I'm going to catch you in the street. I'm like, bro, you want to go?
Upper hand there too.
I'm like, bro, what?
That's even worse. You was better off going to ladder,
you better going off to the gym.
You know what I'm saying? Mine's better off going to get you a pair of gloves, bro.
That logic right there lets me know that they're not thinking like an adult, because this is the legal way where nobody gets in trouble.
Right.
You want to do it on the street where I got, man, and I live in Florida, bro. I'm on that stand your ground place. Nah, bro, you don't want to do that.
Not even thinking, just talking.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. Yeah, I won't do that. You know, you live to fight another day, player.
Yes, sir. You heard Pops. You live to fight another day.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody though pulling up, man. This was a fun conversation, man, as always, man. You know, keep the tradition going, man. I always go live on the birthday, man, because I'm not big on celebrations, man.
Shit, I only go live once a week, so I had to take advantage and jump on here and get rid of some of this.
I appreciate you coming up. That's why I was surprised. Like, let me make sure somebody ain't steal your logo real quick.
Yeah. I don't come on hardly a lot, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I come on once a week, sometimes twice, man. You know, I get it.
I'm time you pop on. I get it.
I was like, man, if he dropped the link, I'm definitely clicking. I got shit
I gotta
on
start
my
doing that more anyway. Start having more link conversations. I like to talk to the people, man. Stress-free conversation over here, man. I ain't never switching up. I ain't never gonna be the platform that you gotta leave with a headache. Never. We gonna have fun. We gonna talk a little bit of shit.
Thomas Hill. I don't think I've ever met Thomas Hill though. Have I?
Thomas, you still there? Elijah Garcia last fight, he got smoked.
Thomas Hill. Have I ever met him? I'm curious. I don't think I have. Maybe I've seen him in the chats.
He here like the mayor of YouTube, man. One of the good guys.
Nah, he seemed cool. I know he's cool. He up here on the planet with you,
I see if you met him before. Man, no, man.
Man, ain't no telling, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
I be everywhere, you know.
Right.
I be everywhere, man. But yeah, man, I just like to have a good time, man. I go to a lot of these events and just have a good time.
Yeah, man. Enjoy it. Go that's why I think people need to take a step back from boxing and ask yourself why it is that you watch it in the first place. Because if it's meant to be an entertainment and enjoyable, do that.
Yeah.
I gotta argue about it every day because you see it different, then that's a headache. And I'm not immature in that way. I can't do that.
Man, that's only the second time I've ever had an issue at an event. That's only the second time at all these times I go. I'm like, man, why do people be like that? The last time it was Josué Vargas and shit. But that,
wow.
Yeah, that one I nipped that one in the butt real quick. that one there, man. I had no brakes for that one. I was all gas.
Caught you at the wrong time.
Yeah,
playing around.
That was all gas right there.
I already know how it be.
Hey, he see me at events now, man. He be salute. Yep.
Peaceful in that.
Smart motherfucker, man. You know, and I wasn't even, you know, that's the only other time. And then the Berlanga one, I did catch a troll one time at an event. You know, he has a channel,
right?
But instead of going ape shit on him, just do. I went and sat with him, man, and had a chat with him.
Sometimes that's the better way when they reasonable. You could, you could take that approach.
You know, I was like, hey, look at Thomas. He talking about the Bronx Kid. He talking about Josué Vargas. He know about that shit too. Thomas be knowing about all these incidents, okay? But I sat him down, man, because I mean, to me, he wasn't that harsh with me, you know, when he was on the YouTube, you know. So I was like, I'm not gonna go overboard with this. I'm just gonna have to talk with him. Say, basically what I just told him was like, see how this happens, where we just happen to run into each other. Had it been somebody else that would have took it worse than me, they could have did a lot of things to you, man. You know. I mean, I'm just talking to you because I'm trying to enjoy this event. I really don't want to have to, get into any kind of altercation with you.
Yeah, but trying to watch the fights, not be in one.
Yeah, so he understood, man, and we've been cool ever since, man. I'm not gonna mention his name out of respect. You know what I'm saying? I don't like dogging people.
Right.
But we've been cool ever since, man, and ain't been no issues. Josué Vargas, we ain't had no more issues either. Obviously, that one was a whole different set of scenarios and stuff like that.
Right.
And Berlaga's father, I don't have no hate towards him, bro, because I actually believe in his son. I believe he could do some great things, man, once he gets his boxing all straightened back out. So I don't have no ill will towards his father, I just I might have flipped out a little bit extra, but I kind of understood him because he's the father.
Right.
And I had to put myself in the shoes of a father. Said, damn, man, if somebody was talking about my son.
Yeah, you get it, but
I wouldn't.
Intent matters though, bro. And if the person really knows who they're approaching, then that encounter doesn't happen that way because you'll know where it's coming from. It's not coming from that type of place. Like one thing that they always gotta realize too, we got audiences, man. It would be nice to come up here and just only talk good, but man, we can't do that. We'll be being dishonest to the people that we talk, or being dishonest to ourselves, most importantly, and we can't do that. So That's why I keep it constructive. I don't.
Man, like I said, the shit was squashed, man. When he left, when he came back, he gave me a shirt, a Berlanga shirt.
Dope.
You know.
That's what's up.
So, you know, at the end of the day, man, when altercations end up good, I think they were worth it.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? I like, okay, well, that was well worth it because we got to a conclusion, we got to an end.
Right.
You know,
that makes sense.
And that gave me a peace of mind. So when I left that event, I was a happy man. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey,
right.
You know, the whole restaurant might have been looking at us, but look at the end result.
Mm-hmm. All right.
You know what I'm saying? He dapped me up, gave me a shirt, and that was it. We're out. You know, we're done with it. And, anytime something like that happens, I'm happy. You know, not with what happened before, but you know,
right. The
end result,
resolution, right?
Yeah,
without
the
a
resolution,
headache.
man.
Right.
So,
right.
You know, it ain't always rah or nothing shit like that, man. I mean, sometimes you got to get that way to get a resolution, a positive resolution. It's mutual respect after something like that happens, man. That's why I tell people when they get to know me in person, they gonna know I'm solid and genuine. You know, I'm not gonna waver. I'm not gonna flip flop. None of that. It's just what you see is what you get. Always, continuously, consistent. You know, and I got the shirt, man. I wasn't gonna. I could have been an asshole and said, I don't want that shit. That would have been childish of me, right?
Nah, for sure.
So you know, I said, nah, I'll go ahead. Hey, I appreciate it, man. I'll wear it, man. You know what I'm saying? I got it. I hung it up in my closet. It's in there, and whenever I do decide to wear it, I'll wear it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I thought it was pretty dope. It's a dope shirt, actually. Shit.
Yeah, that's the nice little peace offering. That's cool.
Well, yeah, it's got the Edgar Berlanga, and it's got like a Bible scripture on it or something like that. I think it was.
Dope.
You know, so yeah, I don't overlook shit like that. Those little kind of things like that, they mean something to me, man. I don't even know if I want to wear it. I might just plaque it up. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I feel you.
You know, just to keep the shirt in mint condition. You know,
man.
I mean, like I said, I don't have no hate towards him, and I've never hated his son. I always thought he could do something, and I still believe he could be a champion. I still do. It might be naive of me to think that, but I still believe he's got a chance to become a champion.
Right. I think so too, man. I just think you just gotta keep learning, keep getting that work in, because you gotta think it's like he just starting. Because you could scratch those knockouts. You get me? Yeah, they count.
Yep.
Now you gotta focus on that body of work where you've been actually going the rounds and really seeing what you got. I mean, I liked, he beat up the last guy, but I think it was the fight before the Canelo fight.
Yeah, well, that Hamza Shiraz fight is gonna be a telltale sign right there.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. That one right there, respect to him. That's why I say, would a bum be fighting Hamza Shiraz? Like, just call it what it is. I don't want to hear about what happened with Carlos Adon, unless we ain't talking about that. Would a bum want to fight that guy? That's all. I rest my case. Just like build the fighters up, bro. Is he the best guy out there? Probably not. But trash, nah. Bum, hell no. We got to stop doing that.
I mean, I watched the Carlos Adames fight, and I felt Adames won, but who cares? They're both got different styles, so it doesn't really mean shit.
Mm-hmm. The weirdos, they're gonna write Shiraz off now. Now, he got exposed. It's like, bro,
two different styles, man. He can't go in there looking at it thinking like like Adames, because he doesn't fight like Adames.
Right. Boxers lose, bro. That shit happens. If your favorite fighter fight enough of them guys, he probably gonna lose too.
Look at Pandy, man. You know,
right.
He running through these people now. You know what I'm saying? Been running through people, man. Lost to score, and then what he do the next fight? Knock dude out, undefeated fighter.
Right.
But he's an electrician, though.
Like I said, talking to Keith, he was like, man, he go to school. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, let me find out. So you're not a full-time fighter? And I said, I bet you the people don't look at you no different. Because
this is what I'm trying to tell people, man.
Boxing, like that's supposed to be their whole life. It's supposed to consume everything.
Unless you was a Olympian with a medal or something like that, most of these fighters have a damn day job. Like, bro, if you didn't have that silver spoon and you didn't have that pedigree where you got signed to a major deal coming straight to the pros, you're working.
Yeah.
You know,
my guy was telling me about meeting Regis early in the game when he had 2 jobs and shit was working. When he used to like train or something, he was like a trainer or something. He used to do. Told me about another guy that used to take his skateboard to the gym. Man, talk about humble beginnings. That's why I got a different respect for these dudes. And if that's corny because you're a troll and you're comfortable talking crazy about everybody that you speak about behind your laptop or your computer, we just different people. I would like when I see one of these people we talk about to be able to shake his hand, say what's up, and say a couple words and keep it moving. That's what type of problem. I move like a man. I'm not a troll.
Bro,
I don't
just
sit here and talk shit for hours, and then when I see him, it's like, yo, could I get a picture? Nah, that'd never happen. Yeah, you get me? I want to have the type of
I give you an
integrity about the way
example,
I
man.
do
Where I'm sitting there at a restaurant up at Orlando, man, and the guy that's waiting on me is a professional boxer.
Wow, dope.
But nobody knows that. Nobody. I mean, I'm not gonna put his name out there, but I mean, I could tell you behind the scenes if you want. But that's like, bro, these people work. If they don't have that, they don't have that backing. Like Xander Zayas didn't have to go through that because he was backed from the beginning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Berlanga had a backing already. A lot of these fighters that, Shakur even had a backing already. He didn't have to work a job. But a lot of these fighters don't have that, bro. A lot of these fighters don't have that. You think Oshaquie Foster had a backing initially? No.
I know for a fact he did.
It's bro.
That's why I say the joke about a fighter having a job and you using that to make it seem like he's less than that. Really, the joke is really on you. You show how much you don't know about boxing. And I don't like to question people boxing knowledge the first time they get something wrong, but that's really what that is.
Bro, Caleb Plant was working jobs.
Right. There's no in between, bro. Like that's really the reality of it. Like you really don't know that much because it wouldn't be a joke. You would know that it's a small percentage that don't have to work or have no other obligation.
Bro, they got bills to pay just like us.
Right. You gotta work.
If boxing ain't paying it,
right.
Gotta do something in the meantime till they get that break.
That's a fact. But shout out to everybody, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button for me, man. If y'all haven't.
My bad, man. My bad for running my mouth, man.
You always all good, bro. Always all good. It's all good.
The audacity of me calling you Mr. Oxygen, man. The audacity.
Nah, that's why I was letting you go. It was funny. I'm over here letting you go. Yeah, but it's like that when sometimes you like-minded people, you don't mean to be long, but you just start chopping it up, and then I wasn't gonna stop. It's all good, but shout out to you. I appreciate you coming up, man. Chopping it up.
Yeah, man. I appreciate coming up here, man. It was long overdue, man. I know it's been a long time since I came on the panel. Shit, maybe I might have you on one of my panels one of these days that I get my head out my ass and hit the live button. I don't know. True. Yeah, I don't be going on many times. I only go once in a while.
Well, I'll be here for it. You already know.
But shout out to the chat, man. Happy birthday to you, Just Do. And Thomas Hill, if you're still here, salute to you, brother.
Shout out to T Hill.
Yeah, let me get on. Let me hit the mute. Let me get out of here. Just do because I could talk for another hour and I don't want to do that.
That's a good thing, man. So that means when you're live, man, you make sure I'll at me. Or I'll be live again tomorrow. Should have a guest on, but I ain't gonna say no, I ain't gonna jinx it. So I mean, just to like I said, I like to talk to the fighters and the coaches and the people that do this shit. So hopefully you can come here and chop it up for a little bit tomorrow. But
that's what's up, man. Well, hey, man, I'll hit me up, man, when you're done with the live, man.
Definitely, I got you, bro.
All right, bro. One.
All right, shout out to TD Sports Talk again, man. Appreciate the love, homie. Shout out to everybody that pulled up for the BirthdayStream, man. Keep the tradition going, but we're gonna be back tomorrow to build some more on this boxing, man. Like I said, I might have a guest in the building. Hopefully, I can get him on the line. He could come on through and chop it up, and we're gonna have some fun with it, man. But Again, hit the like button on the way out, sub to the channel. Make sure your notifications on for tomorrow. Meet me here 4 p.m. and we gonna have some fun, y'all. Peace to the fam.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes, got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see him jump in whenever they go live. Peep it, his channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Jusdu shine busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Jusdueboxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Jusdu. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. $4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
In the building. Make sure y'all subscribe to Jusdueboxing, the best boxing talk on YouTube.
Jusdueboxing in the building, 4 o'clock shorty, man. Y'all make sure y'all check him out. He's going to be live today at 4 o'clock, man. And he's going to be spewing some good stuff as he always do with an unbiased approach, man. He's probably the most unbiased channel on YouTube.
What's going on? And one of my favorite channels, if y'all into that pugilistic perfection, if y'all into that boxing, that's that boy Jusdueboxing here on YouTube. Make sure y'all check out Jusdueboxing, the only unbiased boxing channel on YouTube, because I am definitely biased when I talk about boxing. So
as always, we got to shout out everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to my brother Jusdu. Y'all make sure y'all go sub to Just, man. Just doing a hell of a job over there. Had a great interview today. The brother, and I say it respectfully, one of the most non-biased individuals that I've ever heard speak on the sport of boxing. And I got a lot of love and respect for my brother Just, man. And right now we're going to give him his just due. Shout out to my brother Jusdu, man. Much love.